Hello, Sumo fans.
You know, you guys are really lucky because we're recording just hours after it, so we're still pretty hyped up.
Yep. Me and Maria were getting set up for the show, and we were just getting hyped up, just talking about things we wanted to talk about. So I go to her and I'm like, I'm burning our material. Let's just hit the record button.
Let's just record and you guys are going to see what we have to say.
Run with it. So first and foremost, congratulations to Ono Sato.
To Kokai information.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked the caution StubHub. They went hard for him. Look at this picture.
I know. This is a little extra, I think. I mean, that's good, but it's like, Koto Shoho.
Yeah, Koto Shoho. They're like, what's he doing? Just get some weird picture of him. And they're like, no, peak Yokozuna aura.
Our Japanese Yokozuna. First Yusho as a Yokozuna.
Absolute fire picture.
Big
for the
deal.
Next two months.
I know. I'm loving it. The artistry.
Absolute power. So, well done, Ono Sato. Well done, pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the guys who did well, they really showed their sumo spirit. The guys who didn't, I still felt like there was a lot of effort in this tournament.
There's a lot of effort, a lot of heartbreak.
A lot of heartbreak. We always know this, though. Like, with these great expectations comes somebody's shattered dreams.
Somebody's shattered dreams. And poor Gonoyama.
At least it wasn't 0-15.
We got a little bit of everything. We really did. We went down the buffet.
We even had a moment where we thought we might get a Zen show. So at least there was a little bit of everything.
It's good. It's good. It was so good. I'm already disappointed in November.
I know, right? There's no way it's living up to this hype. You know it.
All right, I am really, really hoping that all through October, I'm gonna get withdrawal symptoms, and then when November comes.
Probably less this time around because you have Takakesho haircutting ceremony in just a week. You have the London stuff, so we'll probably get something from that.
There
is no downtime this time around.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'll have to figure. Maybe we'll go into a hole. I'll become a hermit.
There you go, just for a month.
It's the only way. So anyway, we start at the top, which is Ono Sato. 13-2 Yusho playoff winner, dominant, terrifying. Nobody is concerned about Kimboshi this time around. Nobody's concerned about anything. He was a powerhouse.
Yes, and I do want to say that I think it had a lot to do with having a buddy Yokozuna along to keep him motivated.
I think they both sort of were feeding off of each other's energy also because they always alternate who goes first, who goes second. And so you can't help but feel that when Hoshoryu beats somebody and then it's Onosato's turn to fight, in the back of his mind I'm like, I gotta win too. Yeah,
he can't. I'm not gonna let him win. I'm not gonna lose today. Yeah, I actually finally understand the psychology of the alternating Yokozuna. It makes so much sense.
East-west.
Yeah, amazing.
And then on day 15 they fight each other. So what saved Onosato this time around were some of the most insane reflexes I have seen. So when he fought Wakamoto Haru had him dead to rights on the Tachiai. He was staggered. He was facing out of the ring, and Wakamoto Haru was charging him from behind. In a spin that looked fast in slow motion, Onosato not only turns 180, but then braces himself for a full charge Wakamoto Haru to just undo it. And the look on Wakamoto Haru's face, it's like, how did that work?
Right. I thought I had this,
Completely frustrated and completely understandable as well. Also, when he fought Takayasu was getting the better of him. Mm-hmm. But then what happened is Onosato was just able to create distance. Takayasu couldn't cover the distance, and then he reversed it from there. And these kinds of reflexes, this plan B Onosato was something he always had.
And something we have been looking for in consistency. Onosato hasn't had to try to have plan B very often with his superior strength. So now that he's getting challenged more, it's nice to actually see the plan B come to light.
Come to light, and also the wins, some of these were absolutely brutal. So the Gonoyama Hira de Umi combo. Gonoyama was in the match for about a quarter of a second because he actually did push Onosato up off the Tachiai. So for that quarter of a second, he had an advantage, and then Onosato just shut the claws down. Everything's done. Hiroto Umi, who was blisteringly powerful and fast and knocking everyone out, just Onosato shut him down. So we have this dominance, this Teru no Fuji style like inevitability of defeat, in that these people who are otherwise strong, who are otherwise just destroying, Onosato has the way to completely neutralize the power, make it his sumo, and there's a couple of times he just cracked somebody and like launched them.
Yeah, who was it? I'm trying to look at this. Somebody he threw into the third row, and now I can't remember who it was.
Might have been either Abi or Gonoyama.
It was one of them. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Abi was just like almost immediately turned around and thrown out. Like he was Gonoyama was in that match longer than Abi was. And which is also important because similar to Hoshoryu, he's getting wins off of people that he was losing to before or had some way of dealing with him, with one very interesting exception. We'll talk about Hakuoho in a minute.
Boy, I love him.
And then it all comes down to these final 2 days. And
so we got to talk about that. I mean, it's a good opportunity for once to be able to talk about the ending at the top.
Yes.
Right off the top of the show. It was crazy to see that Fusen. Like, we had it all in our heads. Like, there's going to be this match against Kotozakura. He's probably going to win, but it's going to be a good match. And then, Hoshoryu will just have to win, and then we'll see what happens. And then you have the Fusen, and it takes the wind right out of your sails. Like, wait a minute. If Hoshoryu loses, this thing is over. And there's not even a match. So for a second, I was a little like, whoa. And that's how sumo is, isn't it? Yeah. You think you got it all figured out, and the next thing you know, it's over in 5 seconds.
A complete flip around. Also, this version of Kotozakura, he might have had a real good chance against Onosato. Like, he could have legitimately... He could have left, like, 10-5 with victories over both Yokozuna. And just sort of saying...
It would have messed Onosato's entire...
It would have messed everything up.
But now, here's what's funny about that, right? If the rumors are true, and once again, this is an opinion show. You guys can look it up later and find out if it's completely accurate. But the rumors I heard was that, and it would make sense, Kotozakura actually got hurt in the Hoshoryu match. So Hoshoryu hurt himself.
Well,
in the end, Hoshoryu hurt himself. Oh, goodness. That's like some Hamlet stuff right there. Like, you lose and you hurt the guy's opponent for the next day. It just... Oh, well.
So the playoff. Onosato was handled by Hoshoryu going in.
It was shocking to see him get blasted out by Hoshoryu.
So, like, that is Hoshoryu 100% planned.
I think, and we'll get into it, the Henka the day before put into Onosato's mind he could Henka me, and he half-hearted the Tachiai. That's part of what I think happened.
There's a bit of mind games, but credit to Onosato, who, going in with the defeat, knowing Hoshoryu has him on the matchup, has his number, Hoshoryu's mentally just further ahead, Onosato locks in.
And he counters, so let me give you my impression. We all know that I'm a huge Hoshoryu fan, and I wanted that Yusho for him. But the way that Onosato handled Hoshoryu, it wasn't just his usual one-arm blast out. The fact that he turned the tables on him the way that he did, I actually shook my head and said, wow, I'm really proud of him. This is the kind of sumo that I've been begging to see from Onosato. I just want more. It's not me saying he sucks. It's that I know he's got more and I want to see it. And not only did he give me what I wanted to see, he gave it in the playoff when it mattered the most. I literally just had to clap. I'm like, you know what? You did it, man. Good job.
So also he's pretty stoic, win or loss. When he stood up after that playoff victory, there was a look in his face. It's like, I freaking did it.
Oh, yeah.
I did it. I pulled it off. And so, you can tell there was a mental fight going on, and he won the fight.
That's right. And this is good for him.
Good.
Like you were saying earlier, there were moments in this tournament where he was just unmatched, but there were still a few moments where it was just slightly iffy. We're watching him get better and better and better. And with that win against Hoshoryu, give it another couple tournaments, and you're not going to get any defeats on him.
Yeah,
He's just going to get so much better. We keep saying that.
This is comparing July to September for Ono Sato. Like,
huge.
Not only was this just a good showing, but like you look at this and you're like, he can just keep doing this.
Yes, he can.
He can do this for the next month, for the next year, for the next 5 years.
And ultimately, no matter what wrestlers you like the best, this is great for sumo. You want the undefeatable Yokozuna to not only make everybody better, but also to stabilize the sport. Yes. You kind of need both.
Yeah, and it is some of these things. The Wakataka Kage fight. Wakataka Kage was a half second from winning.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the shaky moments.
That was one of the shaky moments. And so while Ono Sato is just destroying everybody, getting his way, everyone else is like, just a little bit. Just reach out and get it. So they're motivated. They're like, I'm going to be the guy to take him down.
Right. And that's what you need. You level up every single guy on this rankings chart by having a Yokozuna that people have to work extra hard to beat. Because if they work that much harder to fight him, how much better are they when they're fighting the lower ranked guys?
And we're going to be talking about that specific point, how when you have people up here with 13 wins, 11 wins for Al Nishiki, everybody underneath is going to be taking those losses.
Right, and just think about this. Takanosho gets a 12-3, and it's just a runner-up. Yeah. How many years now has 12-3 been the best we could get?
This is a good point. 12-3 would have been the record for this time last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, you would have had the show. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It's for your right. So well done on Osato.
Yes.
Absolutely spectacular performance.
All respect to the big man.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, from strength to strength, Hoshoryu also 13-2, and I have to say, like, not only are we just now spoiled with how good this is, but it's great to see two Yokozunas with completely different reasons for success.
Yes. So Hoshoryu is. Somebody actually said this in the comments section. I loved it. Hoshoryu is just a very different type of fighter than Ono Sato. He just has to do things a different way. And he reached the Yokozuna rank first. And there was a lot of doubt about him and a lot of criticism, etc. So there's sort of this negativity fueling his drive to prove himself. Which, if you concentrate it properly, you put out performances like this. And that's something that we can only just, I feel like he honestly brings out the best in Ono Sato because of how different he is. You have the stoic Ono Sato, but you have the very fiery Hoshoryu. And he brings a little bit of fire into Ono Sato.
Did you see that look Hoshoryu gave at the end of regulation when he just bodies Ono Sato and he's just staring him down? He's just like, more of that
now
to come.
What? Now what?
Oh, it's so good.
Tell me, okay, so are we ready for a classic Maria rant? I'm not trying to make enemies here, but we just have to address this because Hoshoryu brings all kinds of opinions to the world, okay? Hoshoryu gets a lot of flack. The things I see in the comment section for being disrespectful of his opponent, I don't see that. For being too fiery, for scowling at his opponent. Are we watching sumo wrestling or are we watching Kitty Fun Hour? I mean, come on. The intensity he brings is not disrespectful. And I don't see a whole lot of extra shoves or any of that stuff from him. Let me ask you, John. How much disrespectful stuff did we see long before these two guys were Yokozuna?
Oh, there is some...
How much disrespect was there? Come on.
The Hakuho slaps off the Tachi.
Hakuho slaps, elbows to the face, extra pushes, Kakaryu's double hanking people. Terunofuji even had plenty of aggression. Asashuryu, we don't have to say anything about Asashuryu. He was just a straight up...
Still remember when Terunofuji and Tobizawa looked like they were going to throw punches at the end of that match.
Right?
Tobizawa was like, you want this? I'm like, Tobizawa, that's Terunofuji. What are you doing?
You are going to die, man. So, all of this is my perspective. Maybe I'm wrong. The other part is he wasn't ready to be Yokozuna. Now, in my mind, this performance shows He's Yokozuna. I already thought it before this performance, but there are still people repeating the same old, he was promoted too soon. Let me alter a translation. He was promoted and I didn't want him to be. I don't like Hoshoryu, and that's why he doesn't deserve to be Yokozuna. Let's just call it for what it is. If you straight up said to me, I don't like Hoshoryu, he looks like a punk. All right, cool. I don't like that he's Yokozuna, so I'm going to root against him. Cool. But when you say it was too soon, that's nonsense. And when you say he doesn't deserve the rank, that's also nonsense. It's translation for I don't like the guy. You don't have to like him. That's fine. I don't, we all like who we like and we don't like who we don't like. I love the guy. So I'm going to be in his corner. I'm going to defend him. And now let's get to his actual performance to prove the dude's awesome. And you don't get this kind of tournament and you don't get this day 15 without a fiery guy like that. You don't get it. Sumo would not be nearly as exciting without him.
Exciting is probably the word for Hoshoryu, I would say. Because you look at Onosato, you say terrifying. You're like, just a
monster.
Behemoth. A monster.
Somebody said Kisano Sato found him out in the woods somewhere and trained him how to do sumo. I'm like, that's the best. I love that.
Yeah, he's just a wild man. It's power. You look at Onosato, you think power. You look at Hoshoryu, it's dynamic, it's flashy, it's exciting.
You don't know what he's gonna do. And he plays mind games. Which is not disrespectful. It's called being a competitor, guys.
It is a mental battle. There was I think it might have been a sumo salon that they were talking about tachiais and stuff like that, and so they bring up because Kisano Sato is a regular on the show, or Nishonoseki Oyakata. I'm gonna go back and forth. Anyway, so they brought up the then Kisano Sato doing like tachiais and the setup with Hakuho. And they talk about like Hakuho would like intentionally do madas just to throw him off his game, and they're both staring at each other, and Kisano Sato's just like, the match has begun already.
Yes.
And it's all just it's a mental game. It's a battle of nerves. So that aspect is definitely in there with Hoshoryu. Now what's also interesting is the weird dynamic near misses. So, like, for Onosato, it is like, it's off script. Like, he got staggered. He did a panic pull, but then he rescues himself with his reflexes and his raw talent. For Hoshoryu, there's a lot of near misses, but almost everything sort of feels like the script is there's no script. Day one, he's fighting Tamawashi. Tamawashi pulls him. The only reason Hoshoryu didn't go down first is because he improvised a leg trip in mid-fall.
Yep.
He grabs the leg and pulls it back, and that quarter of a second longer that he had in the air is the reason that he won that. Day one.
Now, I would say, and I could be wrong, this is just me kind of guessing, I think he's very reactive to his opponent, but also because he plays the mind games of what am I going to do, that causes him to have to be reactive.
A little bit.
So I'm not saying he doesn't plan the matches out for the particular guy, but I think he's got like 3 or 4 moves in his head, and then he practices them so much that he just pulls one out depending on what that guy does.
So I have examples of both. When he fought Abi, Abi was in slow motion this tournament. We'll talk about that later. But he read Abi's Henka. And Hoshoryu was so fast off the Tachiai that he hits Abi in mid-Henka. Abi is halfway to the sidestep, and Hoshoryu hits him before he can finish the sidestep. And then Abi has no idea what's going on.
He's like, how did I get hit?
Yeah,
I'm going to the side.
Compared to Hiradoumi, he goes in, he has a plan, and then things go awry. Hiradoumi is driving him back. On the instant replay, you can see Hoshoryu manipulating Hiradoumi's balance while looking down at his feet to make sure that he is skirting the rope. And that he is in for long enough for Hiradoumi's balance to completely unravel before he himself goes out. That's the improvisation. That is the instincts.
That is something that you can't teach somebody. That's just who they are. He's an analytical guy, and he can make decisions really, really quick, or else you don't succeed. Whereas Onosato is a little bit more of, I've got the game plan, and I'm better than anybody else at that plan, and I'm going to make that succeed. Hoshoryu is like, almost thinking in little microseconds of, okay, pivot the foot. I can't imagine what his practice is like. Honestly, you have to have so much muscle memory to pull some of that stuff off, or you're a genius, one or the other.
Probably both.
Yeah, there's got to be some genius in there.
A little bit of genius, but beautiful, beautiful. Both of Ryokozuna's. Hoshoryu again forcing the play off with an absolutely brutal upending of
such a Yokozuna, such a Yokozuna win. Let me just show you, like we're going into extra, but a couple of things that I do want to bring up. One being he was perfect until he fought Awanishiki. And it's got to be a crusher for him to be the lead guy the whole time and just to see the whole thing reverse like that. I do believe, and time will bear this out, that Awanishiki's in his head. He is a very similar fighter to Hoshoryu in that he can make on-the-fly decisions too.
It is a... I think it's too soon to say he's in his head.
Okay.
2 matches. It's nothing.
Okay.
Aonishiki is getting the better of him, and I would agree that because they're such a similar fighting style, that's why Hoshoryu in particular seems to have issues with him. What's interesting is that Hoshoryu lost in a similar way both times, and that he was going for the reflex spin, and then Aonishiki's wrestling background was allowing him to move with it in such a way as to manipulate it. If Aonishiki beats him a 3rd time, I'm going to say, okay, that's a trend.
Okay. I'll give it to you.
The math definitely checks out. That he beat
For
him.
me, it's not so much the math. It's how the very next day went with Koto Zakura. I felt like, yes, Koto Zakura is much bigger than Hoshoryu, and he used his weight against him. But I felt like Hoshoryu got caught off guard. He just seemed a little slower than usual. And I don't know if he was thinking too much or if Koto Zakura just really was like, I'm going to smother him.
Hoshoryu gambled wrong on Koto Zakura. Now, maybe there was a bit of overthinking. Maybe the fact that he lost yesterday got him to be thinking that I need to do this, that, and the other thing. Or maybe Hoshoryu just felt like he had to prove something, and so he took a risk normally he wouldn't make. So that could be some of that. I'll also give credit to Koto Zakura on that one, who knew exactly what to do in that situation and seemed to at least have enough of a knee
for the moment
to follow through, which then he went out on day 14. But
how do we feel about the Henka?
Henka's a valid move. Hair pulling, illegal.
Yep.
Punching somebody, illegal. Henka, legal.
Yeah, so I think people who've been watching this show for a long time are going to laugh when I say this. It's not because of Hoshoryu. It's that I've just suddenly accepted Henka 100%. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's been beaten down into me for like 5 years that I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. Particularly because, and this was not Onosato's fault, but Onosato got the freebie. So now he's getting rest. If Hoshoryu fights Wakataka Kage full on, gets hurt, or even just it's a long endurance match, he's not nearly as fresh for that match on day 15. So it just kind of felt like, yeah, you know what? Let's just get 2 freebies and let's just zoom to day 15. That's what everyone wants to see anyway. I do feel for poor Wakataka Kage because things did not go his way. But in this one particular case, I was even more like, yeah, okay, it is what it is. Waka, you were way too low, buddy. You shouldn't have done that. But here nor there, the people who do not care for Hoshoryu will definitely be... I've seen the comments already. They have their reasons, whatever. You just don't like the guy. I'm just going to tell you that. If Onosato will probably never Henka, though. But if he ever does, I think I will laugh really hard if Onosato Henkas. That's just not something I ever picture him doing. But Hoshoryu,
he does. It's all. He has a couple types of Henkas. I mean, it was a classic Henka against Wakataka Kage, but he does the Haramafuji sidestep belt grab. He did that to Kirishima last tournament.
There's also it's almost like step back and receive the person and throw him down, which is a different version.
Yeah.
But anyway, I felt like addressing it just for, whatever. I actually don't care. So we can move on.
Yep. So, talked about him already a little bit. Koto Zakura, 9-5-1. So, it was with the day 14 notwithstanding, somewhat concerning. The other 13 days, he was looking mostly back to his former self.
And I was feeling pretty good about his tournament up until that surprise withdrawal.
Calm, confident grappling. Something that was interesting, particularly some of these earlier wins, is that he's doing a little bit more deflecting. So both Abi and Hakuoho are very forward focused. Tamawashi as well. And rather than doing what he would normally do, which is sort of receive the power, let his defenses hold, and then deal with them from there, he's been doing parries. He's been doing maneuvers.
A little bit of belt, a little bit of shift.
Some like you're going at me, I'm gonna go left, and I'm gonna make you go right.
Yeah.
Redirects of power, and not only is that showing good sumo smarts that he's able to sort of just have his Ozeki level instincts work for him, that's preserving the knee.
Yeah.
That is him fighting around his injuries in a successful way. And that kind of evolution of your game to sort of stay at the top level, that is the kind of stuff that you need to see in an injured Ozeki to know that they're going to stay at the rank.
Right. Now, I almost call it like the Terano Fuji effect, where Terano Fuji's knees have been terrible for almost since, the first couple years of his career. And he found a way to fight all that time and become Yokozuna and win Tenyusho by learning how to fight with the bad knees. And I felt like Koto Zakura was sort of like, he's finally figured that out. I am concerned about the injury he got with Hoshoryu. I'm guessing that he is going to take the next tournament off because he's not Kadoban. And then he's going to be...
Well, I think it's 3 weeks they were given for it. Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, we have the London thing, too.
The London thing is a big question mark. And also these, sometimes it's 3 weeks and they actually mean 3 weeks. Sometimes it's 3 weeks and, this next Wednesday he'll be in the practice room. So
right.
It's martial arts hand waving on doctor's notes, but
right.
It was bad enough that he couldn't fight the last 2 days. I'll bring this up, but during his opening ceremonies, he had a cool thing going on with his attendant.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
This was like if you do some of the live broadcasts, like if you go over to our friends on the Sunday Morning Sumo Show,
yes,
who do English commentary to live broadcasts and are exceptionally fun people.
Oh, let me say really quick, they killed it on day 15. Like, they were awesome on the commentary for the Onosato Hoshoryu. Like, I felt the tension, I felt the excitement. It was really awesome watching them call that. Yeah. So good luck, or good job, guys. Anyway,
so when you're on the Sunday Morning Sumo Show and you're watching the long form, like they'll have the banners, they have all the cameras, they'll show that, like, while Kotozaku's hyping himself up, his attendant comes into the hallway and like hypes up with him, and the attendant goes and leaves.
I didn't see that. I'll go back and watch that. That's funny.
Yep. It's part of the run up. So if you're doing like Grand Sumo highlights, or if you're watching a clip show, then
they might show it to you sometimes, but only if they feel like it.
Only if they feel like it. More often than not, it'll just be the matches. But that kind of a fun thing also tells me that he's getting support.
Yes.
From his group.
Which I felt like there was a little bit of a sadness in that stable. It just like permeated, but like that's cool to know that they're like supporting each other, hyping each other up. Like they just had Koto Shoho's in that stable, isn't he?
Koto Shoho, Koto Eiho.
Yeah, so they're all like, hey, we're going to be a powerhouse stable too.
I love that. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll have to wait and see on Koto Zakura, and just even if he went the full 15, I would still say like November is going to be the big tell.
Yeah.
For consistency.
Can he do the same exact thing that he did?
Good to see something that's not an 8-7 out of him, and I think he could have gotten 10 wins.
Yeah, if he didn't get hurt in that day, he could have really been a challenge for Onosato.
It would have been. Now I don't know if he would have beaten Onosato. I think he would have gotten Wakataka Kage on the last day.
And would have at least gotten the 10.
Off of that Wakataka Kage maybe. But anyway, good to see the Kachikoshi also early. He got day 11.
Yeah, so there was no sweating it out.
No sweating, no worries. It's not on the last day. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Well done. And hope that we see you again in November and potentially see you in London. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to. I mean, he's Ozeki. I would expect that he'd want to be there, and they'd want him to be there.
Yeah, they bring him out in a stretcher, I feel like.
He might just stand there and like sign autographs or something. Though
they'll do that sometimes. They'll just get heavily bandaged up. So, bad tournament to be a Sekiwake, unfortunately.
Yeah. Both of these guys had like a similar vibe in the way the tournament went.
For Waka Takakage, a 6-9. Not only so he goes from losing to his Ozeki run to becoming Makakoshi with a 6-9. They may kick him out.
Yeah.
It's now that being said, Takayasu held on a 6-9 as well. Slightly different circumstances. But they might have set a precedent. Depends. It's
because I mean he didn't look good even at the end.
He did not. He lost out. If it was a 7. Well, first off, if it was a 7-8, he would have been Kamasubi anyway. But in any case, he was losing a lot more on power than he had in the past, particularly losing against the rank and file like Hirota Umi and Koto Shoho. Here are two examples of people who just powered him, and that's not really something that happens to him at least often enough for it to become a problem. But here's Tamawasi, here's Hakuoho. The big problem with these four, Takanosho actually is a big one as well. I feel by day 15 he was just in his own head. Like he was. If you see him getting up off the back of the stage, he was just
demolished,
furious with himself, out of sorts.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I think there is possibly a knee injury in his case as well. I don't know if it's the likes of Kotozakura, but I believe it was in the Onosato match. He was trying to resist at the edge, and he did not even put all of his foot weight down on the knee that was bandaged on the edge. That's not a Wakataka Kage thing. It looked to me like he was afraid to put weight on that leg. And then he even was kind of like sliding out with the other leg on the other side almost to prevent putting too much weight on that leg. So I would keep a lookout for injury reports with him. I don't know if it's something that happened during the tournament or if he overtrained like people sometimes do when they go on runs. But it might not have been anything serious enough like Kotozakura, maybe a strain or a sprain, but I don't think his legs were in best shape.
It's potential. What I will say is that he still fought really well.
Yeah.
So
his heart was in it.
His heart was in it. As I had mentioned before, he was a half second away from beating Onosato, and it just didn't click. And if he wins this, a lot of the things change.
Oh, absolutely.
When him and Kitashima fought, that was an intense, like, elite level bout. Longer,
that's a hard one to lose.
Back and forth. They both gave it their all. So that is one of those, you lost on paper, but you won in terms of sumo spirit and giving like really good sumo. Now the unfortunate part is when you're going for Ozeki, it's what's on papers.
That's all that matters.
It's all that matters when you're just like,
Well, it's all that matters when you have a winning score. Like let's say you're on the cusp of it and you may lose a tough match, but it was really, really close. That's where you might get something that's not on paper.
Yeah.
But if you're in the losing end, paper's all that matters.
Paper's all that matters. But so it's a really bit of a gut punch. I was hoping for him to be the next Ozeki.
I mean, could you imagine this tournament where we get the Yokozuna versus Yokozuna the last day and a new Ozeki?
Could have gotten a new Ozeki. And like with this, the 13-2, an 11-4, just maybe.
Yeah.
It would be one of those you'd have to really be ear to the ground and see what they say, but it's gone.
I know, and it's really sad because starting one all over again is really... It takes a really special person to start all over again and do it right away.
Yeah. So if he goes down to Megashira 1, which he probably will, or Megashira 2, but that's unlikely, and he absolutely wrecks face, they may count that for his next Ozeki run.
Right.
They're talking about doing that with Aonishiki. Because he had 11-4 and he was 1 East.
Yeah.
All he does is 11-4, by the way.
It's kind of strange, huh?
But, so, what could be some sort of a ray of hope for him is that because he will be at least close enough to Sanyaku, if he does very well in November, he may be able to restart the engine.
That would be nice.
That is about the biggest ray of hope I can give him right now. Is that it's not like if you fall down to like M3, M4. This was Takayasu's problem. This was Sanayama's problem.
Yep.
Is that you have to do well, and then it starts.
I know, and it's like, let's say he even got the Ozeki rank this time around. You got to keep it now.
Well, keeping it's its own problem.
Right, so if he's not in the shape to even, like, come close to approaching it, he wasn't ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not, it wasn't meant to be,
It's rough,
which sucks.
It's a rough sell. Similar sell for Kirishima.
He started off so good.
He went hot and cold.
Yeah, he did.
This 4-0 was just like, oh, Ozeki's back.
Yep.
Everybody, call around. And then here, it just flips right back down to a 4-4. So worth noting, Abi, Atami Fuji, Gonoyama. The match against Oho, 100% his.
Yep.
And then who does he fight here? Aonishiki, Hakuoho, Wakamoto Haru. Wakamoto Haru had actually a gangbusters tournament. So some of this, like, you could, if he fought Aonishiki on day 2, he would have lost anyway. Like, it's so some of the streakiness is just the matchup. It's just the way that everything fell apart. What was weird for him in particular this time around, Kirishima is usually pretty good on transitions. He's pretty good at moving from location to location. This time around, people were catching him there. There were 2 matches he lost on Makakai, which is when he tried to change his belt grip.
Yes.
And
that's so unlike him.
So, like, he's been caught on that in the past, and the Makakai is sort of a gamble.
Yeah.
But, like, on a couple of those, it was like a naked pull. Like, he just did it clean. Like, he didn't set it up. He didn't go for something else. He's just like, I'm pull my arm out now.
And he was left completely vulnerable, and they took advantage of it, too. And it's like, to see it was glaring because you don't normally, like, really notice the shift until after the match. Like you said, this time you could see the arm, like, flying in the air.
And so, like, there were these moments where it was very un-Kirishima-like in the way that his defenses were exposed. That being said, when he fought Shodai, this match with Shodai, oh my goodness, he was 100% offense. I would say Hoshoryu, like, I'm going to attack you like this. Now I'm going to attack you like this. Shodai, God bless him, staying with
he tried.
Kirishima.
Yeah.
Shodai doing every defensive trick in his book, and it was a deep book, this tournament. This win against Shodai was no slouch.
This was not like, oh, he beat Shodai.
This was a Shodai who beat Aonishiki the next day, or the previous, no, maybe not the previous day. But, 2 days ago.
I was going to say, pretty close.
Yeah. This is Shodai who beat Aonishiki, and that's the one that Kirishima beat. So this is, similar to Wakataka Kage, down but not out. Sort of, this is a falter, and
the record itself is, we say this all the time, not quite indicative of the sumo efforts that were put out, but it is going to be a little bit of a stinger.
And a reminder, the daily reminder.
Are we going to get a Sakewake, Maegashira 1 East, Maegashira 1 West?
Basically.
Yeah, okay.
But remember, guys, Sakewake sucks.
Yeah.
If you're in Sekiwake, it is a miserable place to be. It's awesome, but it's also miserable.
Yes.
Like, if you're in Kamasubi...
It's awesome when you just get there for the first time. It is not awesome when you've been there a while and you can't get higher.
Like, once you get into Kamasubi, like, it is all champagne and parties because you're Sanyaku now. Yep. You get into Sekiwake, like you said, exactly. The first time, you're like, yeah, Sekiwake. And then every time afterwards, you're hitting your face against the wall.
Like, Sekiwake. Ugh.
Yes, and then the only thing worse than being a Sekiwake is being an Ozeki.
That's right. Because at least the Yokozuna can take a day off.
So, best of luck to both of them. I think, again, in both cases, they're good enough. I didn't see anything that was alarming. I just saw the holes in the game.
Right.
And look how good our sumo is. If you're just that little bit off,
right,
down you go.
A little bit off, and you're a 6-9. Oof. You're not allowed to make mistakes at this point.
So, next up, Takayasu, who brought us through an emotional roller coaster this tournament.
He really went from like, okay, this dude's about to retire, to just this anger and fuel and Ozeki Pride.
Ozeki Pride. So it is so weird. Normally, Takayasu's wins and losses are reversed. So normally the 6-loss streak comes in week 2 when he's already fallen apart.
Yep.
This time around, he starts 0-6.
And you're like, okay, this is going to be
and then,
a Gonoyama tournament.
Yeah, and we're looking at that, and we're like, well, we knew, like, because he did so well in July, we're like, yeah, he already had the good Basho time.
I
for the
figured
bad
him
one
to drop out, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. You figured, if once he's about to, you just, you get the doctor's note, and that's the end of it. But then he just goes on it, and here again, good names: Kotozakura, Kirishima, Okamoto Haru. Like, he's beaten good people. Hey, go Noyama. Anyway. Now, to be fair, Hoshoryu. Again, he was close to Onosato.
He was close.
And this is something that the second week, Takayasu was really showing. Also, he beat the stuffing out of Aonishiki.
It was stunning.
He had the angry face on, and there was just and Aonishiki was just like, his face is going to be flat in about 2 seconds.
I know.
Props to Aonishiki for just eating it.
Like, eating it and just...
And then giving Takayasu the stink eye when he was done.
He really did. He gave him a look like, seriously? Like, meet me in the locker room, dude.
Oh, dude. So, what was nice about this last day against Kirishima, he was all in. He's been doing this lately. That on day 15, he'll just empty the tank. He's just like, whatever. Day 16, I'm not fighting.
Right, exactly. Like,
so he went after Kirishima with everything he had, and that was also really good to see. But it's just, the Ozeki's there. He never stopped being Ozeki. It's whatever his body lets him do. Right.
I mean, he's got the chronic injuries, but also each time he's just a little bit older, and that's just the reality. Aonishiki is, I don't know if he's 10 years younger, but maybe he is.
Let's find out. Sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
1990. 14 years.
14, okay.
14 years younger.
So Takayasu, wow,
Takayasu.
I'm saying everybody's name except Takayasu. Takayasu is fighting with a pool of much younger guys, and he's still bringing the Ozeki power, It just is what it is. Like, life gets tough as you get old.
Sure does. And, man, when he was on, it was a treat to watch.
You get that nice angry bear mauling. It's like, whoa, Takayasu's scaring me right now.
Yeah, and even in the matches he lost, a couple of those, like we said, some of those were really good matches. It's just the other guy was just a little faster. Mm-hmm. Was just a decade younger.
Exactly.
You can't fault him for that. So, good enough.
Good enough.
He'll probably be Kamisubi West.
Look at how close he got.
Yeah.
He just a little. Just can imagine if being Onosato changes the whole thing.
He's 8-7 then.
Exactly.
So we were just mentioning him. I do not think there's a sumo fan in existence who's not on board this train now.
If you're not on the train, you're making a choice not to be on the train.
you are walking away from.
You're just decided you don't like trains, so, okay?
Aonishiki, like we were joking, I think, during the preview show about the Sanyaku curse when it came to Aonishiki.
Because we're like, yeah, he's probably not going to deal with it.
He crushes it underfoot with some powerful shiko. The powerful low sumo. The unstoppable force. That just, once he latches on, nobody knows how to deal with it.
No, he's got
Kodai.
two... Yeah, I know, I was really shocked by that. Well, we'll get into in a minute, like, how you beat Aonishiki. Yes. There is a way to beat Aonishiki, but... while we're on the train of what he's great at, is like you said, he's getting that belt. He's just going to do it. And then his legs, I literally was, when I was watching him fight Hoshoryu, and considering how the match ended up, I was literally screaming, watch the legs! Watch the legs! I could see it! I'm like, Hoshoryu's going to go for the legs. So not only is he a fantastic Mawashi battler and a grappler, but his legs are always ready, like, shift and trip, shift and grab, any of it.
His balance is second to
balance.
None. He sticks in there. You can't pry him off. Like, once he's in, he's in.
He doesn't lack for confidence. He never has.
It's like we mentioned, the take a pounding from Takayasu
and still win the
clean
match.
in the face, and just gets in. He's like, Takayasu's like, I know how to stop you. I'm gonna break your face in half. And now Nishiki's just like, you could break my face in half, but I'm still getting in there.
I'm still gonna win this match.
I'm still gonna win this match. Like that kind of like Ura level, do whatever you want to me. I'm getting inside. Absolutely killer.
He's one of those, you talk about him, those one of a kind talents.
Also this is early on. When he fought Atami Fuji, that was a Tori Naoshi. So Atami Fuji is doing the weight thing. He's trying to break him with size. And he does like a really cool pull down pull, but both of their arms go down at the same time. So we do it a second time. So Aonishiki also has the gas tank.
Right. He can go.
That kind of a thing also, like you can't drag him in the deep waters. You can't break him off. Once he's in there, it's...
You're going to be in for the fight of your life.
You're in. So... And he keeps getting better.
And I even noticed that like it's hard to do the Kimidashi or the Kotanages on him. He's just so wily.
Also he's so like you have to go like really low if you want to clamp him.
Exactly. He knows how to get out of the clamp.
So as you had mentioned, there are ways. Some people are figuring it out. Onosato just laughs at you with superhuman strength and blasts you out. This Oho fight was fascinating, and this is Oho's waking up again.
Yep.
Maybe he goes back to sleep in November, but Oho just does a sideways torque on him.
Which crazy.
So he gets one arm and he just pulls him over in size, and like one of the few people who were able to use the power and the size in a way that he wasn't able to deal with.
Right. He used Aonishiki's momentum against him and overpowered him.
Fascinating.
There was a couple of things going on at the same time, which most guys are not going to do that. So I would say, and rightfully, you were talking about the Atami Fuji match, the right way to approach Aonishiki is to smother him. Do not give him any room at all to grab anything, to kick at you. Get him as upright as possible and end the match quick. If you give him any time to think, he will reposition himself.
Yep, he's always looking for it.
If you give him any space at all, he will find a body part and you're in trouble. So Shodai and Onosato showed you, you just smother the man and get him out quick.
This Shodai was really almost like baffling from the laws of science.
I know, it's like Shodai.
Again, this is peak Shodai. This is
Ozeki Shodai.
You want to know what we'll get to him, but if you want to know what Shodai did to people. So, like, he just lifted Aonishiki up. And it really is that wrestling doesn't exist, guys. You just reach down and you pick him up, and then he's upright and standing, and then you can force him out.
He's not going to do anything.
He's not going to do anything. And he made it look easy and effortless, and Aonishiki is, like, squirming. But
he was literally like, oh,
what the hell?
I can't do anything.
Yeah, but, like, so... We're going to have this, and we were mentioning, like, particularly when he's having these, like, continued wins against Kirishima, back-to-back wins against Hoshoryu, there is this, when you have these people with this very focused specialist kind of attack, to see how people go back and forth. And for somebody like Gonoyama, if you get figured out, you're gonna get plummeted. But what does Aonishiki do? 11-4 every
single
tournament.
Time. First of all, it was 6-1, 6-1, 6-1 in his early.
Oh yeah,
let's take a look.
Let's look at this.
Let's look at this beauty.
This. Oh my goodness. He started all the way like Jonokuchi. He started in the basement, and then just
look at this.
Just climbing.
And he laughs at you when you say people are going to figure you out.
Well, this is what's so good about Nishiki. He's refining always. He's not satisfied. Like when he talked about when he got into the top division, he's just like, I don't care. I want higher. And then he gets into Sanyaku.
Right. I want double digits and a special prize. And what did he do?
He did it.
First tournament in the upper division. He did it. See, that's the thing that we talk about all the time. The intangibles. He's built differently mentally. He is hungrier than almost anybody I can see. Like I said, he is a spitting image of Hoshoryu, but they are different people. But it's the same, like, they're very, very hungry. They're thinking all the time. They're quick and technical, and they're not going to lose. Even if they lose, they're not going to lose. Not everybody on this list you can say that about. Some of them, it's like, oh, it's done. They're not even over the bells yet. It's done. I lost. Awanishiki will break a body part before he loses. You know what I mean? And you got to admire it. I don't know how far he can go, but so far there's literally nothing stopping him.
There's nothing. And it is come November. If you count that Megashiro 1, he gets another 11 wins.
And they could.
That's 33 wins.
He's the type of guy that they would make the exception for.
I think so.
It's like literally his whole career has been nothing but stellar.
Yeah. And honestly, I can see a couple of these matches. Any one of them flips around, it's a 12-3. And then that's Junyu show. That makes it so much easier for them.
I think you always have to be careful when you go in this direction. But I think he just needs to bulk up a little bit. Hoshoryu did bulk up before, like as he was Ozeki, he bulked up before he became Yokozuna. I don't advocate these small, speedy guys to get too big, but he's a little bit too lightweight, and that's how something like a Shodai or Onosato thing happens. So as he starts reaching Ozeki, he might need to do that just to be a little bit harder to push over.
Very, very pleased with his results with his sumo. And yeah, we'll see what happens in November. That's
I know, it's exciting.
Particularly with this very tragic Sekiwake. Here comes the new Sekiwake.
Mm-hmm.
That is one way to avoid being stuck in Sekiwake. It's just to pretend that the rank doesn't exist.
Skip right over it.
Skip right over it. Who needs it? So, next up we have Tamawashi. Could not get 8 wins. Absolutely gutted. But he looked damn good.
I mean,
for a 6-9.
He's the immortal one. 6-9 is amazing at Megashiro 1 at 40 years old. In November, he will turn 41. And, he had the effort in all the way till the end. Even in the second week.
He was fighting like hell. This match against Hakuo.
That one surprised me a lot.
This is something that he just is able to crack people just so on the Tachiai. And, people that, he almost got Onosato out. Onosato was able to recover. But Onosato was bending the wrong way.
He was like, uh-oh.
But then Onosato was just like, hang on, I'm the Yokozuna, I got this.
He's old, he'll get tired.
Yep. Again, against Hoshoryu. Hoshoryu won.
A little dicey.
Hoshoryu won by a leg pick, half of a second. Very, very close. And so some of these matches that are losses, by a hair. Really not that far away.
Could have easily been a 7 or an 8 and 7.
And then some of these wins, he's just this is one of the wins that Wakataka Kage just loses on the Tachiai. And that's not something that he normally does.
No.
And so some of that is Wakataka Kage maybe in his own head, but you can't take that away from Tamawashi.
He took advantage of it.
And he should be proud with how badass he is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like Ura. You look at the record and you're like, okay, that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, you want better.
That was the one thing I wanted. I'm like, if I can't have the Yokozuna show, if I can't have a new Ozeki, let him be in Sanyaku again.
Right.
And
we got the other stuff. So
can't
be too greedy, John.
Can't have everything. You can't go to Santa and be like, I want this and this and this. Santa's gonna look to your mom and be like,
wrap this up,
will you? Anyway, well done, Tamawashi.
Yes. He won't drop tremendously far.
And this is what's kind of fun is that he's going to be fighting a lot of the same people.
Maybe he learned some little tricks from it.
When you're that old and you're still fighting that well, you are still evolving. You are still refining your technique. It's fascinating to watch.
It is. I can't wait to see how long this guy goes.
We're going to be dead and he's still going to be fighting.
I know, right? He's going to outlive us.
He will.
It's like an amazing
Abi. This was a baffler. With 3-12. So we know that somebody's going to draw the short straw. What was weird about Abi, though, and I don't know if he's injured, I don't know if he has something going on, maybe he's sick, maybe there's something
in his personal life.
Periphery. He was slow. So Abi's powers, he does the push, he does the pull, he does the reflex, he does all of the ring edge gymnastics and stuff like that. And a lot of that works because he has the speed to pull it off.
There was no speed this time.
He was sapped. Like we had mentioned against Hoshoryu. This was Hoshoryu being a blistering fast hit, but Abi was just caught completely off, and he kept getting caught in transitions.
Which is...
very un-Abi.
Yeah.
Very, very off-brand for him.
I could see illness being a reason, like, to be that slow.
It feels like something was not there for him that he needed. Now, he did some of his wins that he did get, and also as a side note, when you're Megashira 1 West, you don't get a day off.
Right.
So, unfortunately, if you need a day off, you're just going to get wrecked. But these were all on his brand.
Right. So he had like moments where you could see him come back.
Moments where the power stuck, moments where he could move properly. But by and large, particularly weird to see him get beat by Ichi Yamamoto, by the way.
Yeah, although that was a really awesome match.
It was good. It was good for Ichi Yamamoto, but
yeah, but it's not. It doesn't make sense for Abi to lose that match.
Does not make sense for him to lose that match. So he's, for better or for worse, 3-12 is not horrible. It's gonna drop him way out of Sanyaku reigns. But if he can fix whatever's wrong with him,
then he'll be okay, and
he should be fine. And it's a special prize for him in November.
Yes, but remember we thought that about Taisho.
We did, and that's just, so.
Yeah, we gotta be a little pessimistic. I think.
Abi, how old are you? 31. Still.
He's still got
time. He's
a
still got
couple
time.
years before it starts to be like really slow.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
All right, but in any case, sorry, Abi. I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Like they say, sometimes you have a bad one. Like maybe he's perfectly fine, and just that every time he woke up, he looked at the ceiling and he's like,
I'm just not feeling it.
Not today. Not today. You get like that. And then you're just like, what did I spend the last 2 months doing?
Right.
And
exactly.
I wanted to fight. It just, I don't know.
Just didn't happen.
I just got to the dojo and I'm like, vibes are off.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we get some sort of,
I don't know.
Some sort of energy from the whole London thing.
Yeah.
It's something new and fresh, and maybe it can rejuvenate some of these guys.
Yeah. So I did. I'll take credit for this. He did get a win over Tamawashi to prevent him from getting the Kachikoshi like I asked for.
Yeah.
I got my wish.
I know.
I just now noticed that. It wasn't a Henka, which is why I didn't remember.
He didn't even Henka because he didn't have enough speed.
Yeah.
Well, he tried to Henka.
He failed the Henkas.
Yeah.
Failed them.
Yeah.
Anyway, Abi, rest up. We need your evil forces.
Yeah, we respect it.
I crave it.
I know. I felt like there was no tricksters in this tournament. A little bit, but not. I mean, Abi's the king of it.
He was. Yes, the king was absent.
Yes.
All right. So, Hakuoho,
my boy.
If this isn't the prettiest 8-7 you've ever seen in your life, the Mr. Sumo Spirit.
Yes.
Mr. Grit. Mr. Just coming at you with everything, and you better bring everything if you want to hope.
He really does have that Mr. Sumo Spirit. That's a good way of putting it, because from the moment he made his top division debut, there's just something about him that sparkles.
It sparkles. It's that fire. And for a while, the story was the injury, the shoulder. He was down in Jurio. Now we're seeing it manifest. Now we're seeing what it's like. Also, all the Hakuho.
The drama's gone now.
He went through hell to get here.
Yep.
And it was physical. It was mental. It was
emotional. Probably.
Emotional. It was locational. It was like,
yeah, he doesn't even get to he had this nice cushy stable, and he gets moved in with a bunch of other guys.
Yeah. There
7 coaches in 2 years. You know.
The Isegahama YouTube did have a showing of their new stable situation. If you're
I have to check that out.
There's a surge now. Like a lot of stables are doing a YouTube channel, and they do like the auto translate on it and stuff like that.
The auto translate is nice.
It's nice. Sometimes it's I think they're the sumo, like the sumo coaches have a YouTube channel. There's people are figuring it out. So if you're somebody who are looking for a way to like dip your toe in a little more, particularly in between tournaments, something to keep in mind. And
because
also,
there's plenty to watch.
I mean, this is it isn't news. Like you have sumo food, you've got There's
Oshoryu's stable.
But it's nice that
Where he keeps getting food poisoned. That's a whole other side story.
Yeah, it's fun, and then you get to see the wrestlers more casually. It's fun. If you are looking to spend even more time on YouTube than you normally are,
I know, right?
Anyway, so Hakuoho. So 8 wins, 4 of them against the very best. Here's Wakataka Kage. Here's Onosato. Here's Kirishima. Here's Takayasu. So half of his wins were the ones against the people that he needs to beat if he wants to get higher.
Yes, and it's pretty thrilling, especially against Onosato, to see this fiery kid actually bring it.
Yeah.
Like, actually win the match. Like, sometimes you see all the fire and you're like, that's cute. Oh, isn't he great? And it's like, no, when he's on, he's on. Yeah. But I do worry about those injuries.
He goes for broke. So, that is the big thing. Kirishima just clamped down on it, and Hakuoho did the not-so-safe thing of just fighting through the arm clamp.
And you see him flexing the arm right after that match, and I'm like, here we go.
So, either we dodged the bullet, or he just took a bunch of painkillers. That arm was mummified.
Yes.
For the rest of the tournament. And
but he was able to use it.
He was able to use it. It didn't seem to slow him down that much. And, he won the next 2 days. And then, if you look at this, Aonishiki, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of the best matches of the tournament.
Oh, yeah. I should put that in a poll.
Hakuoho versus Oho. Again, you want those clip compilations if you want to get somebody in the sumo.
That's the match to show.
You have your Uras, you have your well, not Enhos these days. We have Fujinokawa, I guess.
Right, yes.
And then if you want I want some badasses going at it.
Just all over the place.
Oh, so good.
That was chess match come to life.
And that was a loss, and he fought that well.
He was so... you could see so frustrated when that was over because he was so... that resisting he did on the edge, I have never seen. I didn't think it was possible for him to resist and get back into the center of the ring. I couldn't believe it. That's strength.
And that is... So, this is another thing. We talk about, hey, you have your Aonishikis, you have people that bounce up and bounce down. 8-7. 8-7. 8-7. He's meeting the adversity, and it's a very similar story every time. That he is giving it his all. He is right up at the limits of his talent, and it is every time he's able to improve himself enough to get to the next level.
It's almost like the Super Saiyan thing. You get beat within an inch of your life, and then when you recover, you're just a little bit stronger after that.
He's very shonen protagonist.
Yes, he is.
He has that aura of just barely squeaking it by, but gets the win at the end.
And just gets enough people's eyes look at him. But you're not the top guy. But it's I like what he did. Yes, he is so shonen protagonist. Now it makes perfect sense why I like him so much. I knew there was something.
Yeah. He's not Hokage yet.
Yeah.
We're not there's several arcs to go through.
Yeah, season 4, we're gonna see it.
Exactly. So we're and we had to go through the whole dark arc with him.
Yes.
We had to do the character building. We had to do the injury, the adversity, the scandals,
the training montage,
all of it. So very. Again, that 8-7, there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there.
Hopefully his arm heals up pretty good.
Fingers crossed on that, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with no more injuries.
So, another positive prospect. Oho. So, figuring it out, unfiguring it out, figuring it out, unfiguring it out. We have flipped back over to Genius Oho. And, as we had mentioned before, figures out how to do Aonishiki. Also beats Kotozakura. Also beats Hakuoho. Also beats Tamawashi. These wins are against people who are also bringing it.
Yeah.
And he's making his power felt. A big thing also, Oho was very I'm forward, I'm big, I know how to use his size. and like we'll go a little bit down lower, and there are people that are just big and they don't know how to use it.
Right.
Like Shonen no Umi. Like he's just big. It helps.
But it's not enough.
But Oho is just like, I need to use this weapon. I don't just swing it. And so it was specifically Aonishiki and Kotozakura. Because for Aonishiki, he's just like, arm lock throw. I'm going to do something that no one else has figured out.
Right. Let me try some
Let
things.
me try something. And then Kotozakura, that was just a big man match. And he just out big man the Ozeki.
Which was nuts.
So good.
You can almost forget about Oho. Because he does all this flip-flopping. Like,
Yes.
you get right into the first week where it's like,
Yeah.
0-2, 2-2, 2-4, and then you're like, all right, I'm not paying
Yeah,
attention
you
to
do.
him anymore. I'm going to move on to the
Yeah.
other guys. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he won again. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's even now. Okay. He's 10-5?
10-5. Okay. Look at his losses. Kirishima and Wakataka Kage
Yep.
had their trouble, but they're still Sekiwake.
Right.
Onosato and Hoshoryu.
Makes sense.
The Yokozunas who were 13-2.
Right.
And then an absolutely out of his mind Wakamoto Haru.
Yeah, Wakamoto Haru had a good
He had a
tournament.
That's it. So he only lost to the absolute best.
Right.
And he beat some of the absolute best.
Right.
Now-
And like I said, I felt like it was understated because of how he's been and how the tournament went.
Yeah, this is...
He snuck up on me with the 10-5.
Now, but what you just said, but how he's been... And now we've beaten this to death. We beat this to death down. He was like in Mega Shear 12.
Yeah, like Oho, we've said a lot of the same things about.
We're on this Takayasu-esque roller coaster with him that we keep betting on him, and then he keeps falling apart, and we keep betting on
Then we
him.
just like say, I don't want to think about him anymore.
We're just like, we can't. It hurts too much. Like he was in Sekiwake, and then he had 3 Makakoshi in a row. We're like, man.
Right. It's like so easy to be like frustrated with him.
So
Because he's a really skilled guy.
he showed the talents. So November for him, I'm going to be paying very close attention.
Okay.
Every match, I'm like, show me what you got. Show me what you got. So this time in 2 months, I may be a very mad person.
I know. You're going to be like, why did I do it again? I got suckered in again.
Maria, why do I keep doing this?
Because you are the eternal optimist, John. This is going to keep happening to you. I keep telling you.
I'll bear this pain. So, Oho, absolute stellar performance. And, people look at Oho, they're like, interesting. And you get these, if he just happens to thrash together 2 or 3 of these.
Then it's a whole different story.
A whole different story. So, we were talking about how this is a really good looking 8-7. Atami Fuji had a really good looking 5-10.
It's rough for this dude.
Hard for me to think of a different time where the talent and the records were so disconnected. Like usually like it's a 7 and 8 or like the 6 and 9s for Wakataka Kage and Kirishima. But for Atami Fuji, I think it was like when he was fighting Kotozakura. One of these days I'm just like, damn, he's having a good tournament. And then I look at the score and he's just like,
He's not.
He's 2-7. Wait, he's not fighting like that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what is wrong with Atami Fuji.
He's fighting so good. He fights Wakataka Kage. It's just like intense pressure match. Like I said, he brought Aonishiki to a Torinaoshi. She had to do the second match. Standing and delivering with Tamawashi gets the win on just gonna hit you.
Yep.
And something else that we like to see: 3 of his 5 wins were on the tail end.
Right. So he's putting it together when it'd be easy to take the foot off the gas.
He can just be in his own head. Poor Gonoyama literally ends the tournament with his face in the dirt. I feel so bad for him. I'm gonna try not to laugh, but anyway, Atami Fuji like for him it feels like it all comes down to figuring out the right things to take away
and then
September.
building upon them. Like taking those positive things and just making them the thing that you do. And not all the weirdness that ends up happening with him.
Yeah, it's like, and it's so weird because like he was building confidence. Like it looked like he wanted to be a part of it. And again, he fought so well, but it was a 5-10.
It's all he seems to be able to muster these days.
So Now he'll be down to Megashira 7-8.
Which, he should roar back if things are well.
High enough so that we can still gauge him, because he was down in the double digits. He was slumming.
And we were worried.
And we were, yeah.
And then he had a great tournament like he should, and now we're right back to this again.
So I'm really hoping, I'm just like, please go home and just like, you get out, you get like the mixtape, and you hype yourself up, and you're just like, think about these wins that we got.
Do an extra hour of training every day.
Just keep the vibes positive.
Yeah.
I believe in him. I can see in November that he just bounces right back, and I can see in November where it all falls apart.
You almost have a little bit more faith in him than Oho. Maybe a little bit more desire than with Oho.
Oho's been after for years. And also, like, we've seen a Tommy Fuji at least consistent for a while.
Yeah, whatever's going on now doesn't seem like the real him.
Hang in there at Tommy Fuji. That's all I got. I'm like, I said I was going to laugh. Oh, boy, Ogonoyama. Oh, boy. The bull is back in the arena, and all he's doing is fighting matadors.
Yikes, man.
I am so glad he got one win. There is nothing worse.
How bad does Abi feel being the one guy? Because Abi's the kind of guy that likes to ruin people's tournaments. It's like, he got it on the...
Abi, well, I mean, that sort of shows you the kind of tournament Abi was having.
Yeah, to lose to the guy who's losing to everyone. Yikes.
It's rough, but like for Gonoyama, he has no follow-up up here.
None.
Like, when he was building back up, when he was getting to this point, he was sticking to people like glue. He had that, when you were driving to somebody, you had nowhere to go.
Yep.
Now that he's at 3 West, everyone has an answer.
Because, they're just way better
We're just better up here. So everybody either knows how to match him on power, to neutralize the power, or to redirect him so he just goes into the stands.
I hate to put it this way, but it's just too easy to fight Gonoyama if you're an elite wrestler. It's just too easy. It's like fighting a Makushita guy in training. You're like, let me teach you, kid. Yeah, at least this tournament.
It was a bad one. And like we were saying with Abi, sometimes everybody has a bad one. Maybe he had everything was lined up ready to go, and then just, he goes to the store and they're out of his favorite flavor of soda, and it just all goes downhill from there. I don't know what it is, but what I will say is a good counterbalance in terms of expectations. So we have Aonishiki and we have Hakuoho, who are getting the same records despite going up. I'm bringing this up because what would normally happen is what happened to Gonoyama, is that if you're not refining and building, or, and what I'm guessing is more of the case, everybody else is figuring you out, and you're not able to sort of up that game and play that game.
Well, I mean, really what he has is the powerful Tachiai, and then it's like, what now?
Yeah, and this was some of the stuff that he was improving, and it's just all those improvements went to nowhere. So like this 9-6, and this where was it? Thought he had a special prize, maybe not.
I think you just missed it. There's a 10-5 down there.
Yeah, so this one down here, last year 11-4, he comes back up, and then he gets the 8-7 and making sure 3. So like there are improvements he's making. Like he's doing things that are working.
But I guess the other guys are improving more. Maybe they're improving faster.
Problem.
Yeah.
You
got to keep up.
His bike just isn't fast enough. So I don't like. It's one of those things. It's like you're improving, but everyone else is running faster.
So I mean, how far is he gonna get dumped?
He's gonna be 13 down.
Yikes.
Yeah. So theoretically, low enough that he's gonna be able to just thrash people. Very, very damning for his long term.
Yeah.
Because he's going to hit a point where it's just like he's going to hit a level and then he just can't compete.
Yeah. And we're going to find out pretty soon where that number is.
Yeah. And this is another reminder of how cutthroat things are up here. That, a year or 2 years ago, it was a bit wishy-washy up in here. So you could sort of you can sort of tread water.
Yep. There's no treading anymore.
There's no treading. There's you sink or you swim.
Yep, and Gonoyama is on the chopping block. One more terrible tournament like this, and he'll be in Juryo.
It's rough. It's rough. So him and Goedo, they need to have one of those, like,
sit down.
Okay, we have to throw everything out.
Just start over. Maybe we're gonna do the Mawashi after all. This push sumo isn't gonna work.
I think he's still got the power and the talent in there.
But why couldn't he blast somebody on the Tachi, grab the Mawashi, and do a throw?
That'd be good.
Just one time. Can we just see that? Like, blast the guy all the way back, and when he tries to resist, grab the Mawashi and dump him. Can we just see that one time and see how it works? That's all I ask. I know he can do it.
He is the kind of person, like, I can see him slipping under the radar, and then in like a year and a half,
slowly making himself
back up, or just transforming. Like, one day he just starts hitting people different.
Right.
I don't know. But what I do know is, welcome to the basement.
Yeah. Have fun down there.
Have fun down there. So, Hiradaumi, 8-7. Last day gets it off of Kim Bozan. Not an easy prospect. He had a bit of help, but still had to earn that one. So I had mentioned beforehand, for Hiradaumi, he's going to be losing to these top guys. He's not there yet. So whether he wins or loses is going to be based on how he does against the people around him.
Yep.
And so a lot of his losses. Ozeki, Yokozuna, Sanyaku. So he's 0-5 because he's not going to be beating those people. He's not good enough yet.
Right.
And then he's 8-2 against everyone else.
So he's doing what he needs to do.
He's doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Just by the raw focus on what you can control.
Yeah, and you just got to keep getting a little bit better and a little bit better, because at some point, if he keeps his talent level up, he'll get there. I don't know if Hiradaumi is ever like a Sanyaku mainstay, but I still think there's room for him to grow.
And so there's two matches here. So I mean, well, obviously the final day he gets him the 8-7 against Kim Bozan. Kim Bozan was pretty good on that match. The two big ones for him, and if he loses either of these, he's 7-8. Beating Wakataka Kage may or may not be having a good tournament, but that's still a tough match for him. The fight against Hakuoho.
Mm-hmm.
This one was absolutely pivotal. And what was fascinating about this is that it's a thematic mirror match. So Hakuoho goes for broke, goes in, but he's a belt guy.
Yep.
Hiradaumi goes for broke, he's more push. Obviously, Hakuoho can push, and Hiradaumi goes on the belt if he's so deep inside that he needs to steer. And so he beats the battle of wills there.
Yep.
And the way he fought, Hakuoho was doing that crazy ring aids defense stuff. And Hiradaumi, there was only one direction.
Yep.
He was thrashing, he was flailing, he was shoving, he was doing the Kotoshogiku bump.
Yeah, I know.
It was
blasting people,
throwing everything he had. And if he didn't do that, Hakuoho wins.
And then he doesn't have a Kachikoshi.
Hiradaumi from 6 months ago doesn't win that fight. This is the improvement.
Yes, he's definitely made the improvement to get where he wants to get, but like you said, he's not good enough to fight the top guys, which is a tough prospect because he did have to give everything he had to scrape that 8-7.
Absolutely everything he has.
So hopefully he can increase his abilities a little bit more. So he can have an easier go at it in the tournament.
He's in a bit of a tenuous place. So you look at Hakuoho's 8-7, and it's just progress up in one direction. And then for Hiradaumi, this 8-7, like it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's a different type of adversity for him. And so like from here it is, okay, if you can get enough of the wins off the people around you, but the higher you get,
the people around you are way better than you.
The people around you are going to be better. So it's sort of like, congratulations, you're still in the fire.
Exactly.
You didn't run away.
You ran in a circle and you almost looked at the escape route, but you still didn't get out.
Stayed in there.
Yeah. But you're alive somehow.
Yes. And just such good sumo. So much fun to watch. Win
Yeah.
or lose.
Once again, the spirit is strong in that one.
Spirit is strong. So well done here, Doomy. Extremely hard fought. 8 and 7.
Yes.
Very close 8 and 7. So I did not expect this. I am so happy to see this 9 and 6 off of Wakamoto Haru. I cannot understate how much it looks like he's turned it around. I was starting to if we're people are starting to fade. Abi's got to fade.
Mm-hmm.
Wakamoto Haru sort of ceremonially gave his Sanyaku rank to his brother.
Right.
I'm sort of he had his moment. He had his time in the sun. Now he's gonna
hang out in the middle.
He's gonna hang down in the middle. And again, not that it's bad. And remember, this is the 42 best sumo people ever.
Yep.
Presently alive in planet Earth. We give Goniyama trash, but he's still the best of the best of the best. He's on the show.
Right. Exactly. If you're
But
on the show, I mean, you're pretty special.
Good. Saniyama's not on the show.
No.
Kotoeho's not on the show.
No.
Mita's not on the show.
That's
you're
right.
good, but you're not good enough
Right.
to be on 42 Opinions.
Got to get some badges or something.
They have badges. They've got those Kensho Mawashi.
That's right.
Sponsored by 42 Opinions. All of them. We pay for them all.
We are just loaded,
Oh, boy. All that.
Boy, is that not true?
I know. All that money we're not making from this. Anyway. So, Wakamoto Haru, defensive fighting. Doesn't have to fight his brother. X Factor. The big thing for him. So, the best way to beat Wakamoto Haru normally was to outpace him on the Tachiai. Mm-hmm. He was outpacing other people.
It was really throwing them off.
And so he was working on his speed. He realizes where his weaknesses are, and he is shoring them up. Mm-hmm. Textbook example, day 15, Aonishiki. How does he beat Aonishiki? He doesn't stop Aonishiki from getting on his belt. He gets on the belt first. He outpaces Aonishiki on the Tachiai.
And that is no small feat. We just got done talking about how if you let Aonishiki anywhere near you, you're going to lose the match. And Wakamoto Haru is like, this is how a veteran handles it, little boy.
It was fascinating because he let Aonishiki in, but it's because he got the deep double grip first.
Yep.
He was able to dictate pace, and then Aonishiki had to give up his grip.
Yep.
To defend.
Mm-hmm.
That was the moment he won the match.
I hope certain guys were paying attention to that match.
Like we were mentioning before with Aonishiki, people are finding ways to figure this out. And Wakamoto Haru beats him in a way that no one else could.
Yeah, this is a very Wakamoto Haru style win.
Haru, and this new, fast Wakamoto Haru. Maybe, again, you see Wakataka Kage doing these crazy Uchari ring atolls, and you see Wakamoto Haru working on his speed.
Yeah, it's like they're taking a little page from their books. Hey, let's swap this tournament.
Yep.
Brothers training together, wonderful thing.
This Onosato loss. If Onosato was not the insane speed he was on that spin. Again, he was back to Wakamoto Haru, running out.
Yep.
99% of the time, you win the match. Onosato spins with a speed I still don't comprehend to turn the tables on Wakamoto Haru. Wakamoto Haru should have won that. He should have won that.
I know. That was
all props
hard
to
Onosato. Yeah, it was really hard to comprehend in the moment.
So
had to go back and watch the replay on that one. I'm
very interested if this is a revival, if this is sort of a planets aligned.
The new and improved Wakamoto Haru.
So we talk about how people have bad ones, people also have good ones.
Right, and you don't know, as we always say, it takes 2 tournaments.
2 tournaments to make a pattern. But this was probably my pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it was good to see him be his old self. I mean, while we're talking about the evolution,
yes,
just his old winning self.
Yes, I like the way you put that. You beat yourself.
Yeah,
that is martial arts, particularly.
You're not just fighting your opponent; you're fighting yourself. More often than not, you are fighting yourself, and that is taking stamina away from you to fight your opponent.
It's very much a part of it. And so you see something like this, you're like, oh, it's so good.
Finally, it's like you got out of your own way, and then you could do your style of sumo.
Very good. So, Koto Shoujo. Don't worry about this one, guys.
I mean, Yusho hangover for a
Yusho
guy.
sickness.
Yeah, it's a guy who's not been in that position before. He's going to be extra tired.
Extra doesn't know, and again, like keep with the things that we took away from the tournament before, which is absolutely stoic against impossible odds. Which was when he needed to perform, he did perform, and like again, keep this in mind. And then also, what happens is everybody's going to piece you. Onosato's going to want that win back. Everybody's going to be paying extra attention to you.
Right. You put a big target on your back when you win the Yusho.
So, I mean, it's a 3-12. It doesn't look good. There's a couple of these matches. There was some that I have it written down. A dulled sumo sense. And this just goes right to nerves, exhaustion, and he didn't train as much. But more than once, like he would overstep the ring. So he'd
Yes, I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
And it's sort of not a rookie mistake, but like if your sumo instinct,
it's a lapse.
It's a lapse, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's some like lapses like on the grappling and in timing, and like these are the kinds of things that first off didn't exist when he won the Yusho, and are all textbook signs of he just wasn't in form.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a little bit of he has to train. Like some guys can get away with an off training cycle, and some guys really can't. You know, so like you get a little rusty.
Yeah. So he does get some wins, and winning against Wakataka Kage, no matter what, is a good win.
Yep.
So he's gonna tumble back down. Sort of like Chura Naomi. He needs a more realistic build so he can really get.
Yeah, can't be getting like shot way up like that.
He got shot all the way up, and now it would have been absolutely badass if he just sort of no-sold it. He's just like, I guess I'm M5 now, no big deal. But
yeah,
you get the parade, you get the target. You just,
It's what it is.
If this happened and he didn't win the Yusho, I would not be surprised if this was a 7-8.
Yeah, I agree.
So he loses matches, just party too hard.
Yeah.
Rough life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, too much champagne.
I was having a lot of fun, and then I realized I have a job.
Oh, no. Been on vacation too long.
Whoops.
Oh, well. Anyway, so I'm still very interested to see where this Kota Shoho thing ends up.
Yeah, we'll be on a roller coaster with him for a while.
Bit of a roller coaster. It needs to settle down. Let it settle down. And he's got the cup. So whenever him and Kodazaka are in an argument, all he needs to do is say, Yusho. Yeah,
that's right. He just points up at the picture. What are you gonna say about that, huh? Huh? You want to talk crap to me? And then Kodazaka's just like, or shows him a picture of the car and how Koto's
the
car ride, the infamous horrible car ride. Yeah, he's got bragging rights for a little while.
It's got to mean something.
Yeah,
it's got to mean something. I hope it does. I hope it does to him. It means to us anyway. Anyway, time. So we go from hopeful for Ichiyamamoto's future to what happened.
Yeah, this is looking a far more like the Ichiyamamoto of the past, where you're like, nice try, you're a Jurio guy. I thought we were going to continue to show promise. This is a disappointment and a little bit of a shock.
So some of this is falling back on old habits. He was pulling a little bit more. That when I was so happy in July, he stopped pulling. He's pulling again. Oh, well.
Old habits die hard.
So what's actually interesting is there are a couple of matches that he went for the belt and it cost him. Mm-hmm. When he fought Midori Fuji in particular. He has Midori Fuji at arm's length. So that's he's going to win from that stance.
Yep.
And then he goes in to get the belt.
Creates an opportunity for Midori Fuji.
He does. He gives Midori Fuji an in.
Yeah, it's like, no, that was a bad choice.
So in my mind, I'm like, is he like training on the job? Is this some sort of a gamble? Or maybe there's just something wrong with his push sumo, and so he's looking for playing. Like whenever Hokuto Fuji grabbed the belt, you knew something was going on.
Yeah, so like you're saying, I don't think we have enough data to know what was going on, because it could be either way. It could be He wanted to try things. He wanted to experiment. The best way to do it, actually, not from a record standpoint, but from a learning standpoint, is in an actual tournament. Or he could have been off.
Could have been off.
We just don't know.
Yep. So there's a lot of questions. Maybe it is that similar to Gonoyama, just as he upticks. There's a lot of variables here. None of them helped Ichi Yamamoto.
The best thing that helps Ichi Yamamoto is to forget September.
Yeah. Or just remember that he beat Abi. That's what you do.
Which was still a classic
Store
match.
brand beats name brand. When does this happen? It's very rare.
Very rare.
Some types of flour. You don't need store brand. Anyway.
Some cereals.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of the bag, guys. The cardboard box, it's all just
show.
It's packaging. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Ichi Yamamoto, he needs more time to figure it out. We need more time to figure out what Ichi Yamamoto's doing.
Yeah, because it could be a blip.
It could be a blip. Yeah, I feel like there's just too much good going into this. That this 4-11, I don't trying not to read too much into it. It's just I didn't expect a 4-11.
No, I if you got a 7-8 or an 8-7, fine.
9 even, you're just like, it's fine.
4-11 is pretty bad.
It's a bit of a rough sell. So, Ono Katsu, 7-8. He is just barely not enough. Now he does get the Makakoshi on day 13, then beats Tamawashi and Abi. And again, whenever you're Makakoshi but you're still racking up the wins,
it's a good sign.
It's a good sign. It's a solid sign. He is high enough that his slower sumo is gonna be red. So the thing about Onokatsu is that he's a builder. He gets his defenses, he sets, and then he advances. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like the Spartan shield wall. He needs to put the shield wall down, and then he goes forward. Mm-hmm. Up here, he's high enough that people are faster than that.
Right, the shield's coming down, and they're getting underneath it.
They're getting underneath it. That's what's going on with him. And so that is... And really that's it. Once he set in, he was fighting pretty well. And the improvements that he's already had are still showing. He's going forward more. He's being aggressive. I think he wins in push sumo a couple times this tournament, which is off-brand for him. And again, if you're that kind of a double threat, people don't know what to do.
Right.
So I still think he's somebody to watch for the future. He's still improving. It's just, I think and with the 7-8, this is his ceiling.
Right. And he's a slow builder. He's a slow grower. He just needs time, and he may always be that way. He might be like one of those late surging veterans who finally figured it out at 30.
I still feel like he's getting better every tournament. His speed is now both in the dohyo and at large sort of being outstripped.
Right.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I think his career, I think he was M3 and he fell down to M6, if I'm remembering this correctly. Yes, I am remembering this correctly.
Nice.
Weird 6-8. They didn't count his Abi match for some reason.
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah. Oh, they did that. They did that with the...
Ichi Yamamoto.
No, not this one. What was it? When Hoshoryu, I think when Hoshoryu lost to Aonishiki.
They didn't mark it.
They didn't, because I went to look just to try to figure out, because when you get to this part of the tournament, if you look at who's fought who, you can sort of predict what matches are left.
Yep.
And that can sort of tell you how good or bad somebody's fight card's going to be. And so everybody else had their matches
on there,
except Hoshoryu didn't have his score for Aonishiki marked. And so, I go to Maria, I'm like, someone is in denial.
I know, right? It's like they don't want to mark it. It didn't happen.
Somebody wanted that Zensho.
The Zensho, I know, exactly.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine? We were pretty close.
I know. As happy as I am with the tournament, I wanted that Zensho Yusho.
That would have been absolutely beautiful. But
it would have.
Next time.
Yeah.
If Onosato gets it too, that's fine. We just Zensho Yusho from a Yokozuna as just a stamp of approval. Anyway.
I'm gonna say yes and no to that, John.
I get you. I understand.
You are right, but I'm not. I'm gonna be.
Yeah. Aonishiki Zensho.
Okay.
Compromise. Not Onosato. Onosato doesn't get it anymore.
Takanosho, Zensho, yeah.
Takanosho is okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Kusano. This was a bit of a roller coaster ride too, with that 8 and 7, because he was winning and losing. He was 2 and 4 for a moment.
This was reality hitting Kusano.
It was, but he went to meet it.
He did. Give him credit for salvaging the tournament when it was hard for him.
Yeah. So Kusano further down. This also keep in mind this is his second tournament in the top division. He was M6.
And
Third?
he was.
Second?
I think it's his second.
It's his second. Yeah, because he was pretty high up. Yeah, he was 11 and 4. That's right. Because he was really
Look at that. It says 7 and 7. They didn't update his thing either.
That is so
what is
weird.
going on here?
They're partying. They're partying over there.
Yeah.
Let them get it done. But yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, it's only his second tournament, and he had a phenomenal tournament last time. He might have come in feeling pretty good about himself, and immediately it was just hard. And that could have been a little deflating at times, but he did not let that crush him.
It didn't. So something to keep in mind is he, again, sophomore slump, massive uptick in competition.
Yeah, he got sent pretty high
up. So this was a tall order for him to begin with.
Yep.
When he was this high up, something I noticed is when he was 11-4 down in the bottom, he always is in the right place. It felt like he always was able to control where he was and where he was going. People up here were able to predict his rhythm and knock him out of it.
And that's what threw him so off.
He looked off balance, which was completely different from the way that he looked in July.
Mm-hmm.
So he's hitting a point where some people are high enough up that they're able to sort of keep him from his place of comfort. But the fact that he was still able to get some big wins. So he beats Onokatsu right next to him. He beats Oshoma. Beats Ura. Actually, some lower names. He does get gifted Shonan and Umi because they love their 7 and 7s, but he had to be 7 and 7 to get there.
Right.
So a little bit of luck never hurts. And again, like this could have been 5 and 10, and nobody would have.
They would have said, "Eh."
It's what happens. You went up high.
This is pretty classic, like first day of karate training as a white belt, and you're sparring black belts, and these black belts have not seen you, and you're full of energy and vigor, and you get a couple really good hits in, and you're like, I was doing good against the black belts. You come back to the next class, and they demolish you and put you in your place. It's just the way of martial arts. Kusano learned a hard lesson, and he looks like he's the type of guy that can handle it.
And again, he still comes out with an 8 and 7.
That's right.
He gets it done, but he does. Beforehand we looked at Kusano. We're like, where is he gonna?
We thought he was gonna be Awanishiki level.
He looked pretty unstoppable, and now he looks stoppable, but he still looks good. Here to Umi one right here. Here to Umi was doing his come hell or high water, I'm gonna knock you out. Kusano was able to knock him off rhythm. Mm-hmm. This is a very pivotal win for both.
To prove to himself that he could do the same to his opponents.
And also that kind of a win was the kind of sumo he was doing in July.
Yes.
So it was still there. It's just it wasn't as easy for him this time around.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting to see where he goes. He's still improving.
Maybe he has a really good tournament next time because he learned his lesson.
This is what we're gonna find out about him.
Yes.
So now he's hitting. So before it was I'm badass. We all know he's a badass. We all agree. Now he's hitting the adversity, and now we get to see how he develops with that.
That's right.
Very exciting. It's like you lost, but you didn't lose. It's very kind of an all-win situation for Kusano.
Yeah.
Helps him out.
I agree with that.
Speaking of all wins.
Okay.
Takanosho.
I'm just.
So there was some weird time traveling going on this tournament.
Yes, there was.
We have Tamawashi fighting. Well, he's just permanently 10 years younger than he is, which is weird.
Yeah. He might have brought the time machine in this tournament.
It might be his. So this is, for people who didn't see Takanosho in his prime, this is what Sekiwake Takanosho was all about. Mm-hmm. Takanosho was a 9 and 6 machine that Sekiwake won West.
Yep.
And this is how he got there. He just hit people. He knew where to hit them. He knew how to hit them. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Right. He just overpowered you, got you off balance, and that was it. Match over.
Yep. It was a focus. And that was always the thing about Takanosho. And it's also like when you're doing push sumo, like where you hit is just as important as how hard you hit. When we go to Daisho, we're going to be talking about that.
Yeah,
as well.
Takanosha was really executing the Nodowa on one hand and the other hand on the chest and just double-handed blasting you upward, not just relying on one or the other.
So this is an example of a good one. And again, he beats both Sekiwake one after the other at the end of the tournament when you're already beat up.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it both times in his style.
And the Awanishiki match, if I recall, there was a chance. He didn't have the right strategy for Awanishiki, I think.
Yeah, he kept Awanishiki away longer than most people.
Right.
And it's just that the
execution wasn't solid enough.
The disruptions, the pressure, really it's all credit to Awanishiki.
Of course, yeah.
Because he put Awanishiki on the back foot, under pressure, under the gun for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And Awanishiki just survived until he found a way in.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like the hard way.
The hardest way to do this.
The hardest way to get through that. So, I do believe Takanosho got a special prize for his trouble, Fighting Spirit. Yep. And I will temper expectations. He's done this before.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably have an okay November.
So, throwing out my yarn spinning. I love my yarn spinning. Takakeisho's hair cutting ceremony is this coming Saturday. There may have been some additional, I'm going to go out there and do this for my Oyakata. The little extra motivation, listening to the coach a little bit stronger, wanting to give him something to be proud of. I could see that definitely being a factor.
It was the Endo effect, too. When his attendant was retiring.
Yes.
Endo fought out of his mind. He threw Terunofuji.
What's happening?
And and then you talk to it, and he's just like, I wanted to win for him.
Yeah.
So that could definitely be a part of it.
And I think, so I have to ask you this question because I'm not sure. Because it went into a playoff the way it did, does Takanosho get a Jungyu show?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the final score.
Somebody said on the live stream, and we can look this up, maybe not right now, but we can look this up, that Takanosho now has the second most Jungyu show without a Yusho. So he is behind Takayasu for second most Jungyu show without a Yusho.
I don't know if they keep track of Jungyu show here.
Probably have to go to Sumo DB for that.
Yeah, maybe a different website. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll look at that later.
Excellent Takanosho. The Takanosho that we knew and loved from 5 years ago just shows up and wrecks people.
It made me so happy that I think it took away some of the sting of the Hoshoryu loss. I couldn't be just purely depressed about it because I'm like, look at Takanosho, my boy. I really hope for better for you, but like you said, it'd probably be like, eh.
Well, I'll say temper expectations.
Yeah.
Because he could have turned a corner. Now, again, he's done this before.
And he's at Megashare 7 now. With the 12-3, he's going to go way up there.
One.
Yeah, and so that's not going to be so simple.
No, I don't think they'll put him in Sanyaku, but it's a 12-3.
It is a 12-3 at Megashare 7.
I can see them doing it. I can see them not.
It's actually going to be really tricky because you got to take the two Sekiwake and put them in the appropriate spot.
Yeah, well, guess the Banzuke is going to be funky.
Yeah, this one is, everybody's going to be freaking out and pulling their hair out. The top and the bottom are going to be.
Seems to be par for the course these days. People are taking this pretty seriously.
I know, they're like, I got all my spreadsheets out and I still can't figure it out. And meanwhile, we're just cruising along. We're doing pretty good.
Thanks to our community.
I know. Without our community, we were 2-13.
Yeah, we were.
We're having a Gono-Yama tournament.
Yeah, that was how we did our Guess the Banzuke before that.
Uh-huh.
So well done, Takanosho. Exciting, fun times. Oh, Shoma. So, whenever you get a beat down like you get, there's always that wondering that maybe you got hit a little bit too hard. And then, then it sort of has a resounding effect. If not physically, then mentally and spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Oshoma turns it right around with the 9-6. It's a pretty decisive, no, it's okay. I'm good.
It was a little bit of a quiet 9-6 in that there were so many other people to focus on.
Yes.
That he just was doing his thing, building his score up, and then you look at the end of the tournament, you're like, good job, Oshoma.
So, Oshoma continues to improve all the time. So we already knew he does the cool pressure side back sumo. He's been starting to move forward and back, so now he's dangerous in both ways. He's now added brutality to his repertoire. Mm-hmm. The way that he just beat the crap out of Fujinokawa was almost uncomfortable. The visceral nature. He just smashed him.
It's like, are we watching a crime right now?
It felt like I should call the police.
Yeah.
Oshoma didn't have that before.
No, not at all. That was surprising.
So this is he was either he was just fired up and ready to go, or
Fujinokawa stole his lunch money or something.
Who knows? And also when he fought the next day, he fights Chirinaumi. He smokes him. Chirinaumi is not somebody you can smoke normally.
No. Mm-mm.
And that kind of just absolute power off the Tachiai is also not something he's known for. So
what happened? He's
adding more tricks to his bag. And that tells me that maybe he went all the way up top and everybody's exposing his game. And he's like, I better pick up some new tricks.
Yeah, and not tell anybody about it.
And so fast forward 2 months later, or maybe he has been working on this stuff and it's just when you're a Kamasubi.
It's hard to demonstrate it. Yeah.
Hard to show how strong you are against Onosato.
Yeah.
Hard to show.
It's laughable at that point.
Hard to show your aggression against Soshoryu.
Yeah.
So this is again, people refining, adding, becoming dangerous everywhere. That's how you become a threat. So very, very interested to see how much of that carries into November for Oshoma. And now we have Ura. 10-5. His biggest trick remains not using a trick.
Craziness. To watch him do straight on sumo when we've never seen him do straight on sumo was messing my brain up.
Yep. So not only does he has done just push you out sumo before, but this is some cannonball tachiais, some blast outs, and belt work. He goes to the belt on, where is it? Onokatsu and Midori Fuji. So we just talked about how Ichi Yamamoto goes on the belt against Midori Fuji and
was a bad idea.
Throws the match away. He goes on the belt with Midori Fuji, and then Midori Fuji is lost and confused. What the hell are you up to?
Of course, because this is Ura.
So he is finding new ways to defy convention, and that is by becoming conventional.
And now, the next time somebody fights him, they just don't know. They really don't know. Because in the past, it'd be like, okay, Ura's going to do something crazy, so I'll just go in low. Now, he might straight on sumo you, and you get Hataki Komi.
It's wild. It's fun. It's exciting. And it's still Ura doing Ura stuff, going for just weird random throws. I think when he fought Shodai, he tried to do the fisherman's throw, and Shodai's just like, what are you doing?
Not today,
Get
Ura.
out of here.
It's me.
When he gets shoved out by Tomokaze, he does a front flip.
Yeah. Very uncomfortably close to the straw bales there.
I was just doing a front flip for
no reason.
For no reason.
For absolutely no reason.
Cool. Thanks, Ura.
He was like, oh, I haven't done one yet this tournament. Let me do it right now.
So always fun to watch. And now, okay, is he going to be weird? Or is he going to be normal? Is he going to fight my game? Do I have to fight his game?
What is the game?
What is the game? There is no game.
There is literally whatever Ura's feeling in the moment.
Yes. Ura is formless. He's empty.
Now, he's going to go up into the top 5.
Yeah, he's gonna
which means we're going to get an Ura Hoshoryu match again.
We're going to get an Ura Onosato match.
Could you imagine?
But we don't have to imagine. We'll see it in November.
No, I didn't even finish. Can you imagine him doing some crazy move on Onosato? I don't see him doing a crazy move on Hoshoryu and succeeding. I'm not saying he would succeed on Onosato, but I feel like Onosato would be like, what do I do? Like the Terano Fuji match where Ura was holding onto his leg.
I love
and
that.
Terano Fuji already thought he was down. And he just slapped him down. What are you doing?
Onosato leg pick.
Yeah, I guarantee he's going to do something weird. There's no way he straight ons Onosato.
So, Ura, as always, a treat, a darling. The favorite, everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite, no matter who you like.
Everybody has a favorite, but then Ura's everyone's favorite.
Exactly.
It's the same, but
he's
it's
the collective favorite.
It's a collective.
It's like Ura comes into the ring and everyone just smiles.
Bless you, Ura.
Thank you for giving us a 10-5.
Yes. So, Kim Bozan, 7-8, but
I'd say salvaged the tournament for himself.
he rallied. So announcers and scuttlebutt, and again, look it up if it's true or not. He had a fever coming into this, so he lost time, and I can tell that he wasn't himself. There were 2 matches that when he was going out, he braces.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that has to be one of the first things they rip out of you.
Right.
That like he was going down, he put his hand out to catch himself.
Right. You don't do that as a sumo wrestler.
It was such a weird thing. Like it happened once, and I'm like, huh, I guess. And then it happened a second time. I'm like, what's going on?
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong. So the 1-5 up front, something was wrong. And then from there, like you said, he rallies. He's been doing some interesting stuff on like pivots and reversals, which has sort of been in his bag, but like it happened a couple times. He did it pretty slick.
Yeah, if he tempers the aggression, he can be quite slick. It's just sometimes he comes out with the angry man sumo, and people use his momentum against him.
That is true.
And we saw a little bit less of that in the second week than we had seen even in the previous tournament. He seems somewhat focused.
Maybe being sick, like maybe that 1-5 made him focus.
Right, because he's like, I got nothing left.
Well, also mentally, he is somebody who's a victim to the mental game in the past. So in this point, like if he was 1-5 and he was fighting him and losing him on his terms, like that's when he spirals.
Right.
But he went into this with a 1-5 and he's just like, that wasn't me.
Right. There was nothing I could do about it.
So so at that point, it's just like it's a different mindset. It's like now I got to climb out of this. Not a damn it. Those were 5 matches I could have won. This was I was handicapped.
Yeah, it's a different mentality as a fighter when you go in knowing that you don't have 100% and that you're likely going to lose, and you're like, all right, I'm just going to give it my best shot. You don't have the frustration moments. You have more of a like,
you're just doing what you can.
Yeah, it's like it's not even desperation mode either. It's kind of like you get super focused when you know you don't have a good shot.
Yeah. So feel like some of that rally was some of that. And again, that week 2 looked really good.
He was like coming out of the fog, whatever it was.
He was 5-3. He was fighting good. He beat the pants off of Tobizaru in that fight. They were going back and forth, and then Kim Bozan just found a way to hit him clean.
Now, I'm pretty sure that match Tobizaru went flying.
He did.
Like, that was fourth row.
He was dumped out. And that was like, okay, that's Kim Bozan. He's
back.
He's back. So he came back. And so I hope the takeaway is he took a 1-5 and then went 6-3 off of it.
Right. That's the way you have to take it.
So if he has that mindset, then like that 7-8 it's not bad at all.
No.
And then hopefully in November we get 15 days of him.
And builds off of it. And also sometimes like things like this where something happens and you have to improvise around it, like it gives you it forces your brain into a different perspective. Mm-hmm.
So very wishful thinking, but like if Kim Bozan feels like he has that anger issue, like you can be like, remember what you did here.
Right. It's something now to look back on and say, let me try that again.
Potentially. We'll see.
Yeah. Spin and yarn like we do.
Yarn was here's my yarn. It's my yarn time.
Love yarn.
So, Midori Fuji, 7-8. The curse of being ranked in single digits holds firm. He has not gotten a Kachikoshi if his rank was 9 or higher.
That is the ceiling.
This is exactly how high he can go on the Banzuke these days. Not a bad thing, because it was a 7-8, which means like he's just at the cusp.
He could hold.
A lot of his matches then were people who knew how to leverage power and size.
Yep.
And so he beats people who are big. He beats Kim Bozan. That's fine. And he's got some good wins. He beats Takanosho, who was 12-3.
Yep.
So, like, it's not that Midori Fuji's losing it. There's a little bit of a fade, maybe. But he's just at a point that if you're big enough and you know how to use it, you're going to have an advantage against him.
Right. He can't help the fact that his size is his size. And every single time he goes out there, he has to find the advantage or he loses. Because if he's not in the right position, they can just blast him out with a hand. He's just so lightweight compared to them. So that's just his life. That's his lot in this whole thing. And, you know, I'll take a 7 and 8 at Maegashira 9 considering that.
Yeah. So it's like a good news, bad news thing.
Yeah.
So, like, you can look at this and you be like, well, he still can't get the Kachikoshi. He's just doomed to be M10 or lower. And the good news is he was 7 and 8. He fought in his brain to sumo. He's going to be sticking around.
Yes, that's the most important thing.
The most important thing. So, his small counterpart, Fujinokawa.
He made a splash at this tournament.
He had a 6 and 9 butt.
Exactly.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Having fun. He was also pretty outgunned. Now, some of this is the size. Some of this is that this is his career high rank.
Right. We have experience and size working against him.
So he does some great shoving, pushing, some barroom brawls.
Some lifting.
So he crane lifts Midori Fuji, which he did beforehand, which Midori Fuji can't be offended with. He crane lifts Ichi Yamamoto.
That was weird.
That was a bit wild. And he almost got Ichi Yamamoto out from the middle of the ring.
And Ichi Yamamoto is really tall.
A big, tall guy. And then he chucks him. The fight with Roga. Oh, my God. Absolute barn burner thriller.
Shocked me.
Crazy, all over the place. Wild pivot throw of a huge Roga on the belt.
That was like pull out the video, record that, show that to the students.
This was...
A lot of people were getting really excited during the tournament. Like, I like this Fujinokawa.
Dude, he is a hype machine.
He is.
You know, it's 6 and 9, but who cares?
Right. As long as he can stay up here, which he can with the 6 and 9. It was looking a little scary after the Sadano Umi loss. Like, he might get demoted out of here, but there's enough guys. I think that
He's safe.
Yeah, he's very safe.
Yeah. So the second tournament in a row, he's been crazy, dynamic, fun, and just loving the bitch. But he's now, it's like, well,
like you said, but
it's
he's
welcome
small.
To the top. Welcome to the top. Now we're gonna have people who are gonna know how to handle you. Mm-hmm. And, you know, some people were just being his own game. Some people just knew how to fight him. Like, he gets Daisho on day one. That's a rough sell. But so I still think he's just going to be great to watch. He's going to be a lot of fun. And now we get to see him improve.
Exactly.
Very good.
Exactly.
So this one was weird. This was upsetting. Very concerning.
This was a roller coaster ride, too, that actually ended up in disaster. I don't quite disaster, but I feel like it's disaster.
So we were talking before about like sumo senshin, knowing where to hit and how to hit, and just sort of being able to read your opponents as a push sumo person.
Yep.
That singular talent is the only reason Daisho won anything. In week 2, he was starting to get his power back, but like if you had any doubts about how Daisho is a Sekiwaki mainstay, like this proves it. It's like, we're going to take your power away. We're going to take your mobility away and...
still try to win.
And he still wins 7 matches.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the calf was a problem.
Yes.
He looked really slow on the Tachi. Couldn't get into the rhythm that you need as a pusher thruster. And then in week 2, I kind of wonder, did the pain meds start kicking in?
Week 2, he definitely seemed to find his stride a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think it was the Kusano match. He did like that beautiful windmill Supari.
Yeah,
he just bam, 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 and then just Kusano could not handle that. That was pretty up there. But like the entire time, like the way he hits people, there was not a lot of force.
The Ishishi match was by far the most bizarre match I've ever seen in my life.
That was some. Everyone's exhaustion, just throwing each other at the...
I watched the whole match like, what the hell did I just see? It was crazy. And so not a Daisho match.
No.
Oh, poor Daisho.
Clobbered.
Ay.
So, larger questions now loom. If he can ever get his power back, which is unfortunate. We figured, he was out in July, sat out other stuff, maybe he'd be fine. Not fine.
I still believe. I think because it was a calf and not something else, I'm a little concerned because London is going to take a lot out of these guys, I think. But I think he can heal. I actually think all the things we said about this tournament might come true in November. Like, I think he can heal, and possibly now we get the special prize. Now we get the double digits again. We just got to see how serious the injury is.
Oh, we need that first week out of him.
Yeah, we can't really say for sure until we see him again.
Yeah, because sometimes you get injured like that,
it's forever.
It's forever.
Yeah, especially at his age, you know. He's not a spring chicken anymore.
So, at least he got 7 wins. Gonna have to put his party on hold, unfortunately. But November will tell us what we need to know.
Yeah,
one way or the other. And it's his optimism that even if his power is gone, his raw mind
still there.
Is still there.
Yeah,
which will probably serve him pretty well down here. Oh, Chura Naomi, always 4-11, 11-4, jumping up, yo-yoing up and down, up and down. Finally gets a reasonable score. So put him in what is probably going to be a reasonable rank for him.
Yes.
Very fun, lively matches. He brings the brawls out of people.
He sure does.
We don't have Yutakayama anymore, so now we have Chura Naomi. And he's in a similar mold. And there's aggression. There's shoving. He does that, like, Tachiai belt grab.
That, like, frontal...
allows him to sort of control the opponent right off the bat. He's a lot of fun. And he's like, I think every match that he was in was pretty good.
Is that the Maimitsu grip?
I forget what
the frontal...
I don't
it's like a tug thing.
It's a tug. So, we're dialing in on where his ceiling is.
Right, we're not exactly sure, but we know it's somewhere around here. Like maybe 8?
8, 7. Well, I think he'll be about 7 next tournament.
I think he'll be at his ceiling at 7, and we'll see what he can do with it.
For the longest time, we're like, where do we put you?
Yeah.
We're maybe finally lying that in. And always fun to watch. Brings the best out of his opponents, too. It's very good. So Shodai.
Every time we go to talk about Shodai, it's like, shrug your shoulders, like, okay, Shodai.
Yeah. So we always joke about Shodai. We always have fun with Shodai. He went on retirement. I think. Well, we were talking about Shodai when he was in Ozeki years and years ago, and so people who joined Sumo more recently, they just know the post Shodai.
Yes.
Who just seems to give up half the time.
He's just kind of there.
He's just kind of there, and he doesn't seem that interesting. And he's interested. And people are like, well, why do you care about Shodai? Why do you guys have so much fun talking about him? It's like, now you know.
Now you see who Shodai can be.
Yeah. The way Shodai fought in this tournament, for most of it.
Yeah.
I think he
did have some of that.
A little bit. So imagine he does this all the time. That this is his default state. That he just controls matches, that he just ignores power and Itachi, that he just picks people up and smothers them out. That was Ozeki Shodai.
Yes.
Well, more accurately, the Shodai that got to Ozeki.
Yeah, the building to Ozeki Shodai was the best version of Shodai.
That was the best version of him, and that's what feels like showed up here.
Yeah.
I do think what happened is that around right here, when he was in Yusho contention,
he got a little nervous.
He's just like, I don't want to cup again, and so he drops. Like, so the fact that he lost to Ryuden, it was like, that
was the one where you're like, okay.
Nerved.
Yeah.
So Kirishima, Oshoma, maybe. Kirishima came with a game plan, by the way. So
that was a closer match than
the Ryuden one.
Yeah.
Ryuden one, he was very passive.
The Kirishima one, he really did put all of his heart and soul into it. Kirishima just out-wrestled him.
But yeah, it was an unexpected treat to see the Shodai of old.
So, you ready for my yarn spinning again?
Yes.
He is good friends with me, Takayumi. So, I have theories that there was extra momentum for Shodai. I can't know for sure. I would want to see interviews. There might have been a little extra fighting for my friend.
So, right here, when he was 8-1, and just like on the leaderboard, and then the only person he lost to was Takayumi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he gave one.
It kind of felt like he gave one to his buddy.
He gave one to his buddy, and I was just like, you know what? Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
This is why I think we can see this inner quality in Shodai, even as a wrestler, that he cares about people. I'll just put it that way.
Well, like him and Mitaki also go way back.
Way back. And they both were Ozeki together briefly. And I'm guessing, you're on the road all the time with each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably met his mom, So, yeah, I think Shodai is actually a stand-up guy. Probably as soon as his sumo days are over, like, he's going to be everybody's favorite guy, whatever situation he finds himself in. So, good job if that's what you were fighting for, Shodai. Way to come out for your friend. So
I can't help but feel it's a part of it, and yeah. So we may
never know, because would he even talk about it?
Yeah, and we may never see this type of Shodai again either.
No, this could be a one-off.
So remember this for the next year or two, however long he stays in the top division.
Mm-hmm.
That when he goes back to his on again, off again, snooze alarm clock kind of sumo, like. This is what he was once.
Yes. And he can be every once in a while if he has a reason to be.
He has a reason to be. He needs a motivation. So, Roga, 7-8, finding his ceiling again now that he's back after the injury.
It's such a Roga thing to do, this tournament. So Roga.
She's just a little too slow.
Yeah.
And
that really is the problem. He's a half step behind everybody else.
So when he fights, when he fights people who are just either able to deal with him or just move faster. The Fujinokawa match in particular, Fujinokawa just outworked him.
Yeah, that was a hard fought match.
Hard fought, and it was pretty even, but it's just Fujinokawa wanted it more.
Yeah.
Not that Roga didn't want it. And again, when you're 7-8, it's pretty close. And
right.
his sumo was good. And him and Bozan had a really fun back and forth. And when he could contain people, when he could get his sumo, it looked pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, this is as far as the sumo will get him in the current climate.
Right.
So either from here, he either needs to get stronger defenses. So it doesn't matter how fast the other people are.
Right.
Or he starts beating them to the punch.
Right. Which is, I think that's actually harder to do. Like, your speed is your speed to some degree. Yes, you can improve your speed, but the guys who are already speedier, you're not going to get speedier than them.
You're not gonna break Fujinokawa on the speed record.
So you're better off just increasing your defenses, I would think.
Yeah, but one way or the other, Roga needs to refine. And from there, we'll see him improve. And he is a slow builder, so it's not terribly concerning.
Just seems like Roga doing Roga things.
Doing Roga things. He was a little higher up before he heard everything, and it's just things are just a little bit more competitive around here these days.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about.
A lot of guys are in that boat where it's like, hey, you took a little bit too much time off.
A little bit. The dip down in Nigeria with his leg, just a lot changes in 4 months.
Exactly.
So, Takeru Fuji benched off the bicep tear that he got from Sada Naomi in July. I can't help but wonder that him fighting through with it for 6 days before getting benched made it worse.
I can't say how it would have not made it worse.
And now, because his arm was unable to be in a usable position, he's down in Jurio.
Yep, and in theory, I mean, because we don't know how he'll heal up, but in theory, he's way too good to be in Jurio, so he should have a good time smashing people down there. But he does seem, we're seeing a pattern of injuries. Different body parts. That's scary when you see different body parts getting severely injured, not kind of injured. First, it's, the ankle. It was ankle or ACL. Yeah, so first you got the lower body, but then when you tear the upper body, something's either going wrong in your training, or you got bad luck, or you make poor decisions. Anyway, something needs to change.
Something needs to change. So, yeah, it's happened once, even happens twice. Is what it is, I guess. Bad luck.
Doesn't feel like bad luck to me now. It feels like a pattern.
The more it happens, the less it feels like bad luck.
Yeah.
So the larger question will now be, can Takeru Fuji stay healthy long enough to do something?
Right, and then even if he stays healthy, now he's behind, like we were just saying. All these guys are getting better and stronger, and they have all this time to train that every time he gets hurt, no time to train.
Yep. So that's something that he's going to need to figure out. I think all bets are on him being back in the top division in January.
I would think so.
He's
too good to be a Jurio man.
Too good to be in Jurio. So unless something is horribly wrong, he's going to be back in January, and then from there we get to take a new stock of how he is. But yeah, the breakout hit seems to be getting in his own way, which is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So also unfortunate. Oof, Takayumi.
Oh.
There is not much I think that we can take from this. I think 7-8 is a pretty damn good record, all things considered.
I would even go so far as to say, you can't even walk away feeling bad about that record, because how do you fight it all, going through the agony of losing your mother that way?
I would be non-functional. I could not imagine.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't even fight it all.
I thought that he'd be out. Like, I thought he'd just be grieving, and understandable, you're just like, let him have it.
Right. However you need to grieve, whatever you need to do. I'm glad that he has Sumo, because, when you talk about life things like this, unexpected death, she's young, she's known to the whole Sumo world, so I went through this myself. People are going to come up to him, I'm sorry what happened. He'll never be able to forget it, because she was completely linked to Sumo. And now you go through the 15 days, and it's great. You got to get it out. And now all that's left is the rest of your life while you're waiting. The hole is now there. There's no tournament to, and this is after losing his dad and his grandfather 2 years ago. But, like, his mom has got to be, not that you have a favorite, but his mom was so not something you could be prepared for.
Yeah, so all I can say is just hang in there, man.
Yeah, like, let Sumo
rest up. Let Sumo do what you need. Take your time for yourself.
Don't care about ranks and U shows and all that. Just let Sumo be the thing that gives you comfort. And like, I'm just never gonna put any expectation on him ever again.
I mean, it was a different type of everything he kept going through. It was the Ozeki stuff. He had that grit when he, like, broke his hip. He came back the next day,
which was unreal.
So, like, just hang in there. Do what you got to do. You win, you lose.
Just, if you want to do Sumo, if you don't want to do Sumo,
dude, just hang in there, man.
Yeah, like, the life stuff is just so much more important in the grand scheme of things.
Yep.
We're having fun talking about Sumo, but from a personal aspect, I can only really, really feel heartbroken for him and hope for the absolute best for the rest of his life.
Yeah. So I'm inclined to agree with you that, like, Sumo is his way of working through this. So I don't know if he'll retire. I don't know what will happen like that. But, like, at this point, I'm with you. Just, if
whatever.
You gotta go, if you gotta stay, whatever decision you make.
Whatever rank you're in, whatever you do. I mean, they were saying in the Sunday Morning Sumo show, Takayumi's, like, second in U-Show for active guys.
He does have 3 cups.
He has 3. So, I mean, he's proven himself. He's made it to the second highest rank. He's gotten the cups. So now just do Sumo purely for yourself and not worry about those things.
Love of the game.
Yep.
Hang in there. Ugh.
Yeah, there's no words you can really say. You just say things.
It's just darkness.
Yeah.
So, Meisei, not getting much better.
No.
5-10. So when he took the tumble down, we were very frustrated. He was like 2-13 in July. We were like, oh man, he was building himself back up, and then he fell down. He's, whatever that injury is, whatever his problems are, it is chronic. It is hampering his ability to do his sumo.
This is the new Meisei that we have to live with.
And people are they're able to find opportunities against him where Meisei would not allow these opportunities to happen normally. So
he just can't resist the way he used to.
He can't. People are able to drag him around, or his power just isn't strong enough. His last match against Hitoshi is very interesting. This was a musical chairs fight.
Ah, yes.
So Hitoshi down here is 7 and 8. If Meisei wins this, he's 6 and 9. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then Meisei is also 6 and 9, which he's perfectly safe.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's 5 and 10.
Not necessarily safe.
Not necessarily safe. It means that both of these people are mathing to the same rank.
We had kind of discussed, and it was different wrestlers, but we had discussed in the previous show about how certain guys, when they fight each other, would determine weird positioning in the rankings.
Yeah.
There we got it.
So this is why these two fought each other. They went to them and says, one of you is going to Juryo.
Yep.
And Meisei lost the fight.
Which maybe he needs
so
a restart.
Maybe he'll be spared. Maybe they'll let it go. But I'm looking at that fight, and I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, one of you going down.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's looking highly likely, but
it sucks. Meisei to sort of just fade out like this.
Well, it's the cycle of sumo. We've seen it. We've watched it long enough now to actually see some guys that we started with leave.
Yep. And it also sucks. It looked like he was getting his stuff back together, and then it just all crumples. But
yeah,
that's what happens. So
in real life, we don't always reach our goals.
Maybe Meisei can bring it back around. Maybe Meisei will be spared. They'll do some weird math for him.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, his future is in the hands of fate. It's no longer in his hands.
Yeah, he doesn't get to control
it. So it just sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Just sucks. So Toki Hayate, 7 and 8. I think it was during the preview show I lamented that I didn't get a read on Toki Hayate yet. I kept forgetting his name. I felt terrible. It's my job that I'm not getting paid for it.
Right.
Keep tabs on all these people. I think I've got a beat on him now. So you take Hoshoryu and you remove all the flashy sumo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just straight up sumo. But it's that same aggression. It's the same speed. It's the same all offense mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's Toki Hayate.
Ah.
So
I like that vision.
So what happens, he's always attacking. He's always going forward. He wants to shove. He wants the belt. He's good on movement. But he's not flashy. He doesn't do crazy judo throws. He doesn't do wild reversals. He'll do slick stuff here and there.
But it's going to be just straightforward sumo.
It's very conventional.
Yep.
Very, very expected.
Right. You'd almost, not to be insulting, but basic.
Yep.
He's just he's good enough at the basic to be a top division guy. And then you have to add on the layers.
So right now he's still a raw talent. He's shaping.
Yeah.
And from here, either he can add the spice, he can do some crazy wild stuff, or he can just refine the craft. So it's just I'm gonna yorikiri everybody who I touch.
Right. Just get really good at the one thing.
Really good at the fundamentals. Just become the master of the fundamentals.
Yeah.
So that is Toki Hayate, and that's his future, potentially. But for now, it's just if you can deal with his offense, he doesn't really have a defense.
Right.
Because he's just all attack, all attack, all attack.
And it's like in a fighting game. Yeah. Where it's just spam the button, and then the guy who's way better than you just pulls off the power move, and it's there you go. Yeah. You looked impressive, but you did not win.
I mean, he's got some good wins. The Chiranaumi win was a good back and forth. He lost to Ryuden, but okay, I remember this now. He threw everything at Ryuden.
Yeah.
There was pulls, there were drags, there were drives, there was belt grips. It's just that Ryuden couldn't move.
Yeah, he just couldn't overcome.
Yeah, this is where something flashy, maybe something happens. This is where
you do a leg trip or something.
This is where you do a leg trip. This is where you go nuts. And Toki Hayate doesn't go nuts.
Right.
He's conventional.
He needs to add nuts.
So this is where he is. And this is what he is, and this is why he got to the top division, because he is always going forward.
And there is something to be said about someone who doesn't make too many adjustments and then tanks their whole sumo.
So he's at a position now. I'm bringing some of this up because now that he's 7 and 8, it's this is his ceiling now.
Yeah.
This is how high he can go. So if he wants to break in to the single digits,
if he doesn't want to be always a candidate for Juryo demotion, he needs to step it up.
He's got a shape.
Yes.
Early yet, he's young, he's fresh.
Yeah, got plenty of time.
Unlike Sadanoumi.
Yes, we're seeing,
6 and 9. So, not quite an alarm, but a 6 and 9, not a very good look.
Not this far down.
We thought that this far down he'd be fine, that he'd bounce back up, that you had all of these Jurio limping people coming along. You'd be like, yeah, he can take most of these people. He'll be fine, right?
And he couldn't.
It's like if Sadanoumi can dictate pace, he's really good at it. He can drive. He can react well. If he doesn't have control of the match, he can't get it back.
Right.
And that's sort of his problem. This is just an age problem.
Well, like we always say, the man is 38 years old. If Tamawashi wasn't here, we'd all be talking about how great Sadanoumi is.
Yeah. So he wins against Fujinokawa. Fujinokawa is a raw firecracker. Sadanoumi has the advantage, has the belt. So he's able to contain, he's able to move with Fujinokawa, he's able to get the win.
It was a good veteran win, like containing the firecracker basically and showing the little boy how it's done.
Yes. So
it was encouraging.
If he has it, he's able to use his whole veteran skills.
Yep.
Nishikigi gets the advantage on him. This one's like Nishikigi could do nothing, and Sadanoumi couldn't stop it.
Yeah, that was a bad sign.
So if he's on, it's the Fujinokawa win. Sadanoumi, he's dictating pace. He's got grappling. He's got reflexes. He knows how to handle these things. If he's not in control, he's got nothing.
Yeah.
This is Sadanoumi's problem now. And that's time.
Right. You can't battle time forever.
So, yeah, some of this is just what he has left.
Right. And so, if he gets sent to Jurio, okay.
He'll be safe for now. But now, 11, he's on the list.
Right.
For November, he's on the list. So it's just a little, just enjoy him while you can.
Because it's not going to be that much longer, I don't think. He doesn't have Tamawashi Iron Man records.
Nobody can.
No.
Not anymore.
No.
He has them all now.
Yep.
So Asakoryu, still trying to find his footing. I might have been his career high rank. Let's find out. Oh no, he's in 12th. Oh, he had a really good one, and now he's been paying for it ever since.
That does happen sometimes.
It does happen. So he has fun, explosive strength. He's not as contained. I mean, this is always sort of his problem, that he's a loose cannon.
And loose cannons get put in their place a lot.
They do. If you can parry him. If you can outmaneuver him.
Use his momentum against him.
So, and
do the Matador thing where he just runs out himself.
So he might have had a bit of nerves this tournament as well. 3 Henkas.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
So
not a good sign that you're feeling confident in your sumo.
So some of that maybe either he just had nerves, just things aren't working out for him and he doesn't quite know what to do. Maybe something else is going on, but regardless, similar to a lot of these guys down here, like this, you have Fujinokawa, you have Toki Hayate, you got Asakoryu, to an extent Hitoshi. These are new guys. They're getting a feeling. They're trying to figure things out. They need some people just need time.
Yeah.
You need time. Asakoryu is already fun.
Yes. And just hopefully he doesn't lose his confidence. That's where I think he's going to run into problems, is if he starts panicking, pulling, Hanka, here's an example where Hanka can work against you. If you're relying on it too much, you can tell the person is desperate and they don't know what they're doing, and it's a bad tell for your opponent.
Yep. If you Hanka too much, it's because you don't have confidence in your own sumo.
Yeah, and you just don't want to show that to your opponent.
So something's happening with him. He'll also be sticking around with the 6 and 9. He'll be running out of options, but I think he'll be able to rally. We'll have to find out. And he's young enough and good enough that I think even if he does go down to jury, he'll just be back.
Right. We're not concerned about him yet.
Concerned about him. Not really concerned. And also not concerned about Tobizaro. A big sigh of relief. He was already having some fading issues, some age issues. He's in his mid-30s.
Some injury issues.
And so, he was already sort of bandaged up. Then he gets his arm ripped off, and he gets down here, and there's sort of a big question mark. On day 1, him and Shonano Umi go on a spin fight Like they're Beyblades.
It was so weird.
Like I was just like, I have never gone from I don't know to oh he's all right faster
Nah.
than that day one wild spin fest. Also hilarious that he brings us out of Shonan no Umi.
Right. The
Like,
guy who's not known for movement.
Yeah, Tobizaru spins twice, and he goes to Shonan no Umi. It's like you could spin too. Shonan no Umi spins. Tobizaru's like yeah, and then Tobizaru wins.
Never trust the monkey tricks.
Yeah, and he like his monkey tricks are in play. He
Yep.
was doing his parries. He did that thing that every once in a while, like he gets in really, really deep and he does like gorilla strength stuff. She sends him halfway down the aisle for good time's sake. He has to still be the flying monkey.
He has to. That's his role.
So I'm optimistic that the larger questions, is he too injured? Is he fading?
Those seem to be answered.
At M15, he's fine. Like we saw Meisei. Like Meisei, no. The injuries are the story. For Tobizaru, it's like he'll be fine. Now
Once he goes up, though,
I think that we're gonna find out Tobizaru's not as wily as he once was, but at the same time, if something was bad,
it's
you wouldn't
better.
be fighting the squish.
Right. It would be whatever's going on is better, but it could hamper his upward momentum. Like his ceiling might be lower at this point.
It's a little bit lower, but we still get him, and he's still fighting as himself.
As himself, exactly.
The spark is still there.
He did try a little bit of straight on sumo, I think, towards the end of the tournament, which I'm like, that had to be Ura inspired.
Maybe.
Although he's been trying it more than Ura, actually. There's a couple matches in previous tournaments where Tobizaru grabbed a bell or
Yeah, he's every once in a while, like he'll either dictate, like he'll do his push, sort
Pull.
of anti Oshi technique and sort of just deal with people's momentum. Other times, like he'll go inside and get like that deep belt grip,
right,
and then he just manhandles people with an unseen strength
and walks them out.
and walks them out or drags them out. So like he does both of those things.
Yeah.
And he did both of those things, and it's like Tobizaru is Tobizaru, everything's fine.
And we can just be happy.
I'm happy he's here. So good to see you, Tobizaru. Glad to know that you're still with us.
Yes.
Not on a fade.
Yes.
Shonan no Umi survives his return from Juryo. 7 and 8. Again, he gets Kusano on the last day, which is a bit of a rough ride. Bit unfortunate. They love those 7 and 7 matches, though.
They do.
This is sort of what happens. So his brand of sumo is still the same. He's slow. He's sort of like a fortress. He uses size and pressure to deal with people until they either make a mistake or they run out of gas. He was good at wearing people down. Tomokaze and Hitoshi in particular. Basically, he just pressured up against Tomokaze until Tomokaze ran out. Tomokaze pulled, Shonan no Umi wins. He was 6 and 7 against Hitoshi, so a big pressure match. And he's able to basically batter Hitoshi away until Hitoshi pulls. So like he's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
At generating panic in his opponents. But anybody who can outwork him because he's slow or can just deal with his size.
Right. And once you get up into the higher ranks, which he's not really going to do, but
No.
let's say he did, his power means nothing up there.
Power means so sort of for thoughts of people that think that Shonan Umi may be able to get back to the heights that he once was, I think those days are behind him.
Yeah. He can just hang in there at the bottom of Maegashira.
He's going to be a hanger-on, I think, with the way he was fighting. And not a bad thing.
No, not
still
everybody's going to be Sanyaku.
Correct. So, if you like Shonan no Umi, I feel like we're going to be seeing a little bit more of him for the next couple of tournaments.
Yeah.
Unless the trapdoor falls out. Somebody else we're going to see. What a
Surprise of the tournament.
a pleasure. Tomokaze 9 and 6. I thought he was going to show up or be like, "Hey, good to see you again," and then he was.
See ya.
I was like 5 and 10 at the best. But
9 and 6. I did not
9
see it
and 6.
coming.
This is like showing his sumo mind.
Because he always was an elite talent. His body just got injured too deeply.
So, like, the way he manipulated people and the way that he kept it so that he kept his advantage and was able to fight with one leg.
Yeah.
Like, he has redefined his sumo power based on the fact that he has a single leg to work with.
It's funny because we always talk about this, and there are some people who figure it out. Terunofuji's an example. Tochinoshin for a brief period of time. Even Ura, he's had bad knees forever. Some guys figure it out, and it looks like, we need 2 tournaments at least, but it looks like Tomokaze figured something out.
What has also been interesting is that some of his wins were moving backwards. So it's not so like when he moves, he knows where things are, and he has the confidence to be able to move back on a bum leg, on a peg leg, basically.
That's what would get him in the past, is that there was no confidence that that leg wouldn't shatter.
So he's able to work around to find the wins, to figure out how people work, use what he has.
Yeah.
It was fascinating to watch this. And
it was. I couldn't, every time I watched him win, I just couldn't believe it. Even the Ura match especially, I was like, wow, look at Tomokaze. I can't believe it. I mean, this guy was Aonishiki. This guy was Onosato when he was healthy. He had never gotten to Makikoshi all the way up. He was the first guy that we saw in our time to do it. Now guys are just doing it like it's nothing. At our time period, Tomokaze was the only one doing that. And then he gets the injury and just ruins everything.
Absolutely brutal injury, just changes life trajectory. But he's back.
Yeah.
He's back. He's a little different.
We'll enjoy him in whatever form we can take.
We're going to see him through the end of the year. He'll be here in November.
That's an excellent thing.
I thought it'd be a one and done. He'd be back in Jirio, but we get more.
Get him for the end of the year.
That's all I want out of him.
That's right.
All right. So, everybody, take a good, fond look at Nishikigi. This is it.
Yeah, it's hard to believe he doesn't retire.
This is the sayonara. This is like an Okinomi fade right here.
This is textbook Okinomi.
This is a Kaisei fade. This is a I'm here, but there's nothing left.
And I'm just taking it all in, like seeing the last sign, saying hi to people, like.
Yeah, he gets 2 wins, so better than on some people, but like, he had nothing.
Nah.
He had nothing. The guy who just calmly threw Terunofuji's not there. The guy who was in Sanyaku and was making it work for a little bit.
It's done now.
It's done.
Obviously going to go deep into Jurio. The question is, will he fight it out in Jurio and try to come back, or will he just retire?
Yeah, so up to him. I mean, maybe we see him again. I'm
Not
saying my goodbyes.
Yep.
I like Nishikigi. He's fun.
I know.
The way he just no-sold that throw at Terunofuji.
Never going to forget it.
Just went down, took the envelopes. Look, yeah.
It was so classic.
Looked like he was on the line at the DMV.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely stone-faced.
I'm bored.
What's going on? Another day. Another day at the office. Oh, my goodness. And just the way he used that power. Absolutely. Oh, so
Not many people could overpower Terunofuji like that.
Yeah. He just knew how to drive. He was a big guy. He knew how to use the side. He was on the inside. He was good. He was one of the good ones. And this was a late career surge.
Yeah, last couple of years.
So he was one of those veteran sensations.
He set the tone for Sadano Umi. Probably spurred Tamawashi to continue on.
A lot of these times when there's interviews about these veterans, they all talk about how they all sort of feed off of each other's energy. So,
they go looking for each other. They want to train together.
So when Nishikigi was doing well, the other people were like, "Yeah, I can do this. I can do this." So
let's hang out, guys.
Let's hang out.
He'll be a great Oyakata if he does
gets
the stuff, this elder stock. But I could just picture him being fantastic. He's another glasses wearer. I always like seeing the sumos who do not want to wear contacts and they wear the glasses. He's in the glasses club with Hoshoryu.
Yes.
So it was nice. Yeah, it was nice while it lasted.
Pulling one out. So another stay of execution for Ryuden. Ryuden found his defenses.
He was back to that whole if I get the Mawashi, I got the match.
It was. So that was. He had the bear. He still has the bear traps for hands, and he just grabs on and he won't let go. But when he fell in the Jurio, and he had not had a Kachikoshi in the top division for a year, It was because his defenses were gone.
Yep.
You could overpower him. You could upend him. Whether or not he had the belt didn't matter because you could dictate the pace.
Right.
There were multiple wins where people were pushing into him. People were grappling him. He was not moving. I had mentioned with Toki Hayate. This was on the belt. Toki Hayate was trying everything. It didn't work. Tomokaze was shoving the hell out of him.
Not working.
Nothing worked. Tomokaze was like, there's only one way I can go, and that's backwards. Ryuden wins. And so, good to see the Ryuden of old. Maybe it's a spark and a fade.
Yeah, I don't necessarily expect this to hold.
No. Similar to Tomokaze, I'm like, good to see you again.
9 and 6 will jump him up, not like a crazy amount,
No.
but enough that we'll get an actual position for him to judge him on. Because down here is very low for the talent he should have. But I don't think he's a single-digit guy anymore.
No. I mean, quite frankly, I didn't think he was a top division guy anymore.
Right.
So we're gonna get more Ryuden
Bonus.
in November. Bonus Ryuden. So that's pretty fun.
Yep.
For forever long. I'm thinking it's gonna be a spark and a fade. So in November he may be a little bit more tired.
Yeah.
But again, he brought it for us. Thank you for the meal.
Yeah.
Well done. So, newbie Hitoshi, he was the only of this whole crop of people. He was the only one who was fresh.
Right.
7 and 8.
Not bad.
Not bad. This 0 and 4 start, like right here, everybody's just like, he ain't sticking.
Mm-hmm.
And this was all nerves.
Right. First time in the top division. He's not coming in with a partner. He's there and everybody's giving him all the hype. Hey, look at you on the Banzuke. And it's a lot.
So there are 2 matches for me that really defined Hitoshi as a wrestler. And it's these 2 wins here against Fujinokawa and Meisei. So he seems to be a guy who, he'll shove you, and if you hit him, he's just like, I'm still here. He resets himself really well against power, and then he just persists, and he persists, and he persists. So when he was fighting Fujinokawa was hitting him hard.
Yeah, he was.
And then every time Fujinokawa hit him, Hitoshi would he would recoil, he'd reset, and he'd just go right back forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it was rattling him.
It was like a classic schoolyard brawl.
Oh yeah. This is also it is that you try to get someone out of your face and just comes back into your face.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of him. You can't get rid of him. You throw everything at him, and he also it's not just like a fortress defense. It's not like Shonen Umi. It's not like Roga. He's pushing forward.
Right. He's using the momentum after your push
to go back.
To go back at
come
you.
Come back at you. And so there's this relentless nature. Now with the 7 and 8, and particularly with the slow start, not quite ready for it. But again, the last day win to Meisei.
Important.
Very important. Maximum nerves. Completely beat up and battered after 15 days of the best.
He fought Shonan Umi the day before.
Yeah. And lost.
The guy that you're going to push and he's not going to move at all.
So Hitoshi has nothing left. He's 7 and 7. He has to win. And against Meisei, who despite being beat up is still a very big threat. He sticks to his brand of sumo. He pushes forward. Meisei crumples.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to save him.
It could.
I think he's going to be right there in 18 East.
Yeah, I could see it.
Or he's going to hold one way or the other.
Yeah, we'll have to look at the Jurio guys to get kind of an idea.
So I think there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah. But he's just, there's a lot that's got to happen.
There's a lot that's going to happen. He's got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
But for a guy who just barely, I think when we were talking about him in the preview show, when we didn't really know much about him, we were looking at this guy who was, his top rank was Stereo 6. He was Makakoshi, and then he gets a 10 and 5. And they're like, well, we got to throw someone up there, and they throw him up there. We're like,
right.
See ya.
See ya, Jurio dude.
See ya, Jurio dude. You're going to get thrashed. And that's also why this 0-4 to start, we're just like, yeah, he's done.
Right. And he came back, and that means something to the Banzuke committee.
He came back.
Especially the last day win, as you said. So
I think
they might keep him up here. They might give him a second chance.
I'd be interested to see what happens. But I'm liking Hitoshi so far.
Yeah,
There's some potential in there.
There's definitely potential.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna end on a crazy one.
So I wouldn't call this a time machine, but like a time warp. Maybe we're in like a different planet.
This was so weird.
Every part of it was weird.
Somebody somehow tricked Shishi into learning sumo.
Yes, and I was saying on the live stream, and I really believe this, guys, he has so much improvement to make that he's just going to make the improvements. His footwork was a lot better this time. He was still lumbering, but he's learned how to move his feet a little bit, at least if for not one tournament, enough to get a 10 and 5.
10 and 5. So he's doing arm clamps now, and he was sort of doing them before, but he was doing like this like
half-hearted.
It's like also like this. I'm doing it as if you guys can see this, but like normally like the arm clamp, you need to like pull the arms up.
Yeah.
And then you're pressuring the shoulders and you're locking them down. And like beforehand, like he was just leaning in on the arm clamp and just basically just pinning the arms, which isn't really gonna.
They can do all kinds of stuff to get around that.
So like now he's doing it properly. He's just throwing people and wrenching them around on the arms.
Well, he's so big.
He's so big. He's starting to use his size properly.
It's a classic example of if you teach a big guy how to fight, he's gonna win.
Yeah, that's more or less what it is. Also, heart matches he's starting to win. Him versus Mitakeumi. Well, say you want to put Mitakeumi, always an asterisk for this tournament. That was a huge lean pressure match. Mm-hmm. That is Mitakeumi's element. Yeah,
and with Shishi being as not so good as he was, you expect him to lose that match.
Yeah, but he outlasted Mitakeumi in it. Whether or not that was Shishi or Mitakeumi, neither here nor there, but a Shishi of a previous tournament would have been drowning in that.
Yeah.
We had mentioned this before, but the Daisho back and forth.
Bizarre.
Starts out more conventional, and then they just start like throwing their bodies at each other. And then he gets to parry, he gets Daisho out.
Right. The thing is that Shishi prior to this probably would have just like stood there and like, huh, what am I doing?
Yeah. Well, also, on one of those hits, like Shishi was parrying. Shishi was doing sidestep stuff. He was doing the timing, and he caught Daisho out, who was just a little bit more gassed, and probably Daisho didn't have as much confidence in his footwork.
Right. He didn't get game Daisho, but still, Shishi showed a level of confidence like, I can win.
Yes.
And that was something that was missing as well.
Yeah. So earlier, we were talking about henkas, but there's such thing as a good henka or a bad henka. Shishi has showed us what a bad henka looks like. The absolute horrible, such a slow, lumbering mess that Shonen no Umi read the henka.
So I was going to say what Shishi taught me about the henka is that henka does require skill.
Yes.
It's not just stepping to the side.
Yes.
So for as much as we get on henka, it is actually a skilled move.
Yes.
Shishi has proven this.
This is what a bad henka looks like. You want to see what happens when somebody who doesn't know what they're doing does a henka? Shishi.
It's kind of like a bunt, you know?
It really
the henka's starting to remind me of a bunt. Although your bunt doesn't have the same, like, you're cheating, because more often than not, you are going to get out. You're just trying to advance the runners. But still, henka, bunt, there's some similarities.
So, Shishi showing the improvements. Now, the last time he showed improvements, he then unlearned them for the next tournament. So, jury's out as to whether this sticks. But
watch this world in 2 years where Shishi becomes like Tochinoshin, where he suddenly just learns sumo. Maybe he's just a slow learner. Maybe it really is just that.
It could be just that simple. It could be that, like, one day it's all going to come together.
And then everyone's going to be like, okay, I don't know what to do with this.
Who is this guy?
But he's not the same guy he was when he showed up. Because he is so not good at it. He can only go up.
It's true. It's true. Anything that's an improvement.
Yeah. And this is not hater talk, by the way. A lot of people accuse me of hating Shishi, and I will reiterate, it is really hard for me to actually hate someone. And Shishi is actually not the type of person that I could even imagine hating. He doesn't do anything, that would cause ire. He just is confusing and stressful, and sometimes you want to laugh. It's a very different vibe. So I hope Shishi figures it out and does well. I'm not rooting against him.
Sumo needs all types.
That's right.
You may not understand this, but you need Shishi.
Oh, yeah. Even you, Goose. You need Shishi in your life.
Goose doesn't need shishi.
Goose needs Shishi.
Other people need shishi.
Not Goose. Shishi is bad for Goose's health.
Goose, if you want shishi, that's okay.
He'll never want Shishi. That's why I said he needs him. I want to push him right on Goose.
You can push. I don't like pushing people.
I know. You're too nice. I told you.
It'll kill me one day. It's fine. All right, so that's 42. That was a hell of a September. For special prizes, we had an outstanding performance that goes to Hakuoho for beating Onosato, who won the Yusho. Well earned.
Well earned.
The Fighting Spirit Kanto Show prize goes to Takanosho.
Also
very well earned. Looking awesome. The Technique prize or Gino Show goes to Aonishiki.
Perfect.
I think we can just keep handing these to him until he becomes Ozeki.
Exactly.
Just pencil in the next 2 or 3 Technique prizes.
The prize committee was really on top of things this time around.
Felt like they're all well earned. So, going over to Juryo, and this is what we were talking about before. Congratulations to Asahakuryu.
Which he's in the same stable as Asanoyama,
yes.
Correct?
Yes. So, first Juryo debutante gets the Yusho. At Juryo 11, I do not think they're going to fast track him.
I don't think so either.
At least for the 13. Like if it was a 15-0,
that's different.
Yeah, 13-2. They're probably just gonna put him right at the top.
The precedent isn't even there. Like they made Kusano do it twice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a good point. If they didn't let it happen for Kusano,
they're just not gonna do it for him.
Runner up was Asanoyama.
Yes.
With a 12-3.
Good to see him do what he needs to do.
So. This is his Juryo return after all the horrible things.
Years now.
He's basically vowed that if he loses his salaried rank, he's done.
I did not hear that. Okay.
As always, look it up. Interviews, blah, blah, blah. Do your research.
Look, I believe it. So I don't need to look it up. I'm just going to believe it.
Yeah. So Asanoyama looking really good. He's going to be joining us potentially in January if he gets another good score.
I want to get all hyped up when he makes it to January, even if things don't go his way.
So for the up and down picture, we have Takeru Fuji gone. Mm-hmm. He's down in Juryo. Nishiki Kigi gone. So there's 2 slots guaranteed. And so we have Nishiki Fuji coming back to us.
Yep.
With 11-4. We have Chiyoshima with a 9-6. That's the 2 up, 2 down, pretty clean. If we are doing never mind. The third is then Meisei or Hitoshi, probably Meisei with the 9-6.
Yep.
So these 3 people right here are going up.
Yep.
Now, where things get, are you taking both Hitoshi and Meisei, goes to whether the Koto Eiho or the Mita or the Fuji Seiyun, like they're just all...
I don't see it this time around. I see them just putting them all up towards the top.
Yep.
Letting them fight it out to see who is king of Juryo.
Yep. So Mita was on this tear.
Yeah, and then it just
and then he sort of just got in his own head. Like if he probably would have forced his spot.
Yeah.
I think Koto Eiho would just be Juryo 1. 8 and 7 is really hard to tell unless there was a lot of holes that needed to be filling. Fuji Seiyun, again, so Mita's 9 and 6, just barely there. They all actually math out to Juryo 1. It's gonna be which is gonna make Juryo really fun in November for people who watch Juryo, because the top 5 in Juryo, everybody's gonna want in,
and they're all gonna be fighting for the Yusho.
Yep. So for some sadness, Kaio 6 and 9, Tamashoho 4-11, and then Takara Fuji 5 and 10.
Another retirement we need to look out for.
Very likely. Now, he may try to scrape it. He may try to do a rebound in Makushita and try to get back up. Not sure. He's outlasted Terunofuji.
Yeah, we thought he would retire when Terunofuji did. So I don't know. We could have this crazy parade of multiple veterans retiring at the same time. Or they all make us wait.
Yep.
Let's all wait till after Takekeisho's haircutting ceremony, fellas, so that you don't lose the limelight, because that apparently is going to be a big, spectacular.
Makes sense.
He's the last. Is he the last big name from that bunch of retirees that just Because, like, we had to wait a while for some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, Terunofuji hasn't yet.
No.
Okay, so we have Takekeisho and Terunofuji.
That's the
left.
Yokozuna one that sort of has a different energy to it.
Yeah, sure does. So, that was the 42. Don't forget, I will be coming on Saturday night to do a live stream. It's not something I normally do, but it is Takekeisho's haircutting ceremony day. We're not watching it live because that'd be like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'm going to try to find clips and try to watch it with you guys. And I won't watch any of the clips until I watch it with you guys, which means there could be some waterworks. It's not something I do, so I might be able to keep it in. But we all know how I've been waiting. I don't even want to say waiting. I've been dreading the day that he gets his hair cut. But at the same time, it's like cathartic, I guess.
It's the final step.
Yes.
And then he's an Oyakata.
Yes.
Tagawa.
He's officially an Oyakata to me once the top knot is cut. It's already weird because he doesn't look anything like he did when he was a wrestler. Even his skin tone looks different. He looks like a totally different person. I have to listen to him talk to be reminded that that is the Takekeisho that, we were watching. So when he gets his hair cut, it's really going to throw me for a loop. So expect, come on out. Saturday night live stream. Enjoy Takekeisho moments because I'm going to officially put it to rest at the haircutting ceremony as needs to be. Thoughts, John?
Oh, man. At the end of an era.
Yep. We started 5 years ago. We went through all these guys, and now we're finally seeing them retire, and it's our first rodeo with that. Although with Takekeisho, we should have had like 5 to 7 more years, but like age-wise, obviously it did not work that way. So anyway, it's been fun. We enjoy talking to you guys. We hope you enjoyed this tournament as much as we did.
This was a good one. And the November starts earlier.
Oh, yes, which is... Yeah, that's way earlier because a lot of times there's sumo on American Thanksgiving, but not this time.
So
don't forget.
Yep. And then there's the London stuff going on.
That's probably why it's...
Potentially.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
Thank you all for listening.
Yes. See ya.